Yeah, bitch. 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 We have wrong popcorn? Where do we get it? That's what I was just going to ask. Where'd it come from? How'd you get it? That's what I was asking. Where'd you get it? Yeah, you got 2 minutes. 1 minute. Maybe 2. I want you to touch this.
Touch it with your face.
Look at this.
Your penis? I don't want it either. Bye, you got the popcorn.
What do you want?
Stupid popcorn. Dumb popcorn.
Hey, that might be playing all over. They might hear us right now.
What could be playing all over? What is that? What is that? Oh, that they could hear us?
Oh my God, this thing.
Is Sharon's phone like 90 years old? No. That's like from 1955.
She might be 70 or 60. She was a bombshell in the 90s. Not at 90, in the 90s. Okay. Hello, everybody. I guess we're on here. I didn't think about it. Let's pop that over. If I can get to there, I can do this thingy. We're already live.
Woo! Bitches?
Now they should probably hear us.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could hear us before because I didn't have a certain setting set, but
Hobag.
they're definitely looking now. I guess I didn't have that the other way when I went live.
Hobags.
Who's a hoe bag?
I don't know. People in the audience.
Everybody that's hoish.
Everybody.
Ask them if there's audio. Hey, is there audio? Now you can read it.
Do you have the audio?
What kind of audio is it?
Do you guys have the audio? Chris is like, Drew is stepping away from WWE. So he's like,
Well, he needs to. Dude's terrible. He keeps losing to Seth.
It's awful. He needs to like go take a breather or something.
Go back to NXT. He's too big for the main roster now with Tony Khan running it. We saw this with Wardlow and Hobbs. It cost you the match.
Cost you your life. Not your life. Excuse me.
Yeah, well, nobody said he was smart. How do you like my bottle?
You're retarded. So many bottles. Hey, everybody out there. Hopefully you can hear me. I need you guys to give me the old hey 1-2 that you guys can actually hear what's going on.
Did I not bring my... Oh, that's right.
Walter is in the chat. Hey, Walter.
Hello, Walt. Oh, you brought your Fitbit charger?
I did. Had to.
It's a good idea.
It was at 14%. Anyways, Walter's in the chat. Chris is in the chat. Sophie's with us. Brandon Stevens is out there.
Oh, look, it's CM Drunk.
Punk's coming out. Chris Akane is with us. Robert Warney is with us tonight. Hey, guys. How was everybody's weekend? Everybody have a good weekend? Walter wants to know if we got snow. We got a little bit. We're supposed to get like snow on and off for like the next couple weeks, Walter. Chris says, I have some wonder news. Apparently, Cora Jade and Braun have split up. This calls for a celebration.
It does sound like a celebration.
Oh, no, not Cora Jade and Braun Breaker.
Uh-oh. It's very echoey. So I was seeing if anybody could hear it. I can't plug anything into my phone, which is ridiculous.
Nobody's sad. We don't have the people in here that actually tell us things that are going on, like Ayla or Pucola.
Right? It sounds very echoey.
Sometimes rompy. Dun, dun.
I have to wait till it catches up.
Well, Walter says, okay, at 9:05, I'm going to be here Wednesday for AEW still in chat. Sophie said, hi, there's a rumor that Raw might go to Amazon.
That'd be fun.
Walter says, Drew Mack in the ring. Sophie said, hi, Chris. Chris says, Drew might
very
be
echoey.
in the Rumble as his last match, like Punk in 14. And Sophie says, if Raw does go to Amazon, wonder what that means for their Peacock deal.
I wish I could hear it. Might be able to. Oh, wait, I have a thing.
Brandon says, hey, wrestling girlfriend. Chris says, Drew's stepping away from WWE. Walter says, so Drew enter at Royal Rumble. Sophie says, it seems like you forgot that Raw was on. Nope, we're here. Robert says, hey, what's up? And Walter says, CM Punk, yes, fight, fight. Robert says, how y'all doing? Pretty good? Pretty good for a Monday. Sophie says, CM Punk Drew face off. That's something nobody would have predicted. Chris says, Punk versus McIntyre is a fresh match. And Walter says, did you guys get snow? And I said, we did. And we're going to get more. Robert says, my weekend was great. Thanks for asking. It's going to get better watching some WWE Raw. Yeah, man, WWE Raw. Robbie's like, yo, big up the massive inside. I like the reverb. Keep it.
Yeah, I'm just playing around with it. But I got an earpiece now so I can actually hear it.
And Sophie says, CM Punk versus Drew. Will that be at the Chamber pay-per-view?
Who knows? It's kind of a weird one, right? They bring in a little guy to fight a big guy right out of the gate. And you know, Tony Khan's going to have the little guy win.
Ooh. Walter wants him to hurry up because he wants to see wrestling.
Should we play some music? It's playing now, but I can't hear it because it'll come in here in a minute because this is behind.
Oh, I'm like,
But it is playing. There, it's over now. Maybe.
Robbie says, I sometimes use reverb when I DJ at times.
I have reverb all the way down.
Sophie
That's
says,
what's killing
we
me.
got a flood warning that will last until Wednesday morning. Oh, no, not the flood warning.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Don't worry, Robbie. Travis is DJing for you. Lucky you.
It's over now. Now it sounds fine.
Now it sounds fine.
So I don't know what I did.
Me neither.
What is that noise?
Me drinking?
Do you have a sack or something? Sound like a sack or something.
You're a sack of something, all right. A sack of dicks.
Cool. I don't know what's happening out here because I have my microphone on.
I don't
for
know what's
this
happening
stuff.
either because I don't want to listen to him.
Oh, nice.
I know. It is nice.
No, it's not.
It's really nice, actually.
You could be doing that part.
Eh. Eh.
A locker room leader has to announce.
Chris says, Cora probably left Breaker to get with Punk. AJ Lee wouldn't like that. And Walter says, Tuesday I get rain and thunderstorms. Ugh. And Robbie says, D, the sarcasm never left you. Sophie says, they keep bringing up what CM Punk said when he was outside the company.
They should
As
have.
they should, because he needs to be razzed for it every single time he turns around, wearing WWE stuff and being on WWE and looking at WWE.
As a giant sellout.
Getting a paycheck and what a loser face. I mean, he's so amazing. So it was like, you're still in reverb.
Oh, trust me, I know. I'm trying to figure it
So
out.
reverbing.
So sounds like you're in a hall.
Oh, it's a weird echo.
But see, I have that all the way down. Here, I'll turn it all the way up and see what happens.
Oh God, those poor people.
There. Oh, they can hear it now.
Robin wants to know
Sounds
what
like we're in a
Drew's
dream.
spewing.
Put it on that one.
He's spewing how he's so much better than everybody else.
Oh, that's way better. If that's going to stay like that.
And the reason why I know it's true that he's better than everybody else is because he's got this weird vein
Cool.
on his neck.
Okay, that's on MC. What's DK or
Like, talks
KTV?
about it. I don't know.
This is KTV.
Well, there's like echo sound.
Yeah, I'm trying to kill it.
You guys were. Travis got a new toy. So you're just going to have to deal with it being weird for a minute.
So we're almost up, so I can
Yeah.
test things
And
better.
Robbie's like, Sophie, just chill. You don't know much about effects. Effects.
Here, want to talk about Liv for a second? Ready, go.
Let's talk about Is she a crybaby? Is this crybaby? Is this kind of crybaby like I don't hear it this time. There it goes. Oh Lord.
I couldn't. I was dying right there. All right, I think we're back. Hopefully we're back.
Are we back to normal?
Good stuff. And my video keeps buffering, so I can't.
Oh.
I'll
Why did
watch
that
it.
video keep up?
I don't know.
That's weird.
But if it would stop buffering, it would play through.
Chris says a little punk still recruiting straight edge society. Bobby says, now leave the reverb and the chipmunk on. It's hilarious.
That's not a chipmunk. That is a baby.
That's a baby. That's a baby. And Sophie says, do you think we will get Rock versus Solo?
Rock. Who's Rock? The Rock. Oh. So, no. I mean, we could, but I don't think The Rock's going to do a whole bunch of
Be a
matches.
waste of the Rock's time. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Walter says, let's talk Drew fight fight now. Yeah. And Sophie says, do you think we will get Roman versus Solo? Why would you do that? I thought they were friends.
Yeah, it just seems weird to me.
Is it so Solo can take over the...
What's BT mean? Let's hit it and
Whatchamacallit?
see what happens.
so he can take over the head of the table because he's the next in line.
I don't think anything happened.
Jimmy thought he was, but
Jimmy cracked corn.
Roman gave it to Solo, and Jimmy was all sad.
It happens.
Like a baby.
Like a diaper baby?
Mm-hmm. Diaper baby. Diaper baby.
That's what that is. It's
Diaper baby.
that.
Oh, the spring in my stuff.
Ugh, why do I have an ad? I don't want an ad. You're loud. Skip.
Somebody else says that too. They get ads every once in a while.
Like, I don't want
Oh,
an
look,
ad.
CM Punk can like see his Adam's apple.
Look at him. CM Punk staring him right in the chest.
He's like, look, I see your Adam's apple. It's very nice. Where the hell's Peacola? Did he leave us? Is he gone?
He probably got mad because we were talking all that crap on Friday.
He wasn't even here Friday.
That's what I said. He probably heard us and left.
What crap were we talking?
We were talking about the midget. I can't remember what his name was. John Silver.
Oh. That debut guy.
Yeah.
Butch.
The black guy in WWE.
Sophie says there's a video about the butterfly effect about day 1 in 2022, and it says Brock was going to beat Roman. And Robbie says these two twats in the ring are as exciting as wet paper. Mikey's in the chat saying, WTF.
It's a fact.
What are we WTF
I wish
about,
it would
Mikey?
stop echoing.
Echo, echo.
It's fine for a minute, and then it starts it again.
How weird. I don't know anything about it.
What's that do?
What's that do? Walter's giving the old boo. Got Michael Cole and what's his face?
What's primal sound? Oh, look, last week.
No way. It's an
See,
electrifying night.
when I
It's
turn
stupid.
it does it fine, and now it's fine.
And then it'll have a problem.
And then it slowly builds back up to an echo. It's still a little loud, but let me turn that down, see if that changes anything.
Judgment Day. That was
The
Walter's
Judgment
boo.
Day!
Robbie says Drew just lump CM Punk man and get over with it. And Walter says Travis try to reboot. Chris says I hope Jinder gets himself over before Rock interrupts again. And Robbie says you must have reverb setting on.
I know, but it's a knob, and I have it all the way turned down. Here, I'll turn it all the way up just so you can hear it.
Can
Now
you
it's
press
turned
that?
up, so now you can
Does
hear
it
it.
click?
No.
Oh.
Actually, I don't even hear it on here.
Sophie says
So-
if Brock was going to beat Roman at day 1 and 22,
What's
who
BT?
knows how
Is-
that changed everything.
I don't know what BT is.
Me neither.
Where's the box? Let's see if it has a...
Robbie's like, it's stopped.
Let me see what BT is. It's Bluetooth. Never mind. Don't need it. It's off.
Sophie's like, no, you guys are sounding normal.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I have
I'll
to
do my own sound effects.
switch it.
Walter's like, okay, better sound. They do not enjoy the reverb.
Well, nobody does. Nobody wants to hear that.
Well,
shit.
Robbie does. He's weird, though.
Well, a little bit of it.
He's like, sound like a robot.
I don't have a robot one. I have a female one.
I could
No,
talk like
reverb.
I
Sounds
could
like
talk
a
like a
robot.
woman for a second. Not a very sexy one.
What?
You got even quieter.
I didn't want to ruin it for you.
Trying to make sure your woman sounded like a woman.
This is the man one. So manny.
It's so manly. It's so manly. Giggle, giggle.
I could, you're like, so manny. There's a monster one here. These are monsters. It sounded like devil.
You guys sounded much
Better than you did like a few minutes ago, Chris says. Also, happy birthday to the king. Not Lawlor. I'm an Elvis. And Walter says, elbow what? So he's like, reverb is annoying. And Robbie says, is that Travis going to hook the sound up for Coachella? Oh, well, I don't know what he does in his free time.
Cool. Sorry, I'm just looking at instructions. I'm reading different settings. There's different settings on here. Hmm? There is a commercial break, by the way.
Oh, yeah. There's a commercial break. I'm eating my popcorn during it.
Ooh,
What do you guys
what's
doing?
ducking do? Let's see. That says it will enhance our voices. Let's see.
Enhance it into what?
If we had music playing, the music would go quieter.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
And we can't hook music up. I've got other inputs over here.
Sophie's like, I don't understand what is funny. We don't understand what's funny either, Sophie.
I don't understand humor at all.
Well, there's like, that was like movie sound effects. And Robbie says, that effect is cool. Keep it. I enjoyed it.
What one? I did like 6.
Mm.
The monster one? Does it sound like the devil?
I couldn't even give you a time because there's no timestamp on anything. So he's like, of course Travis reads your instructions during the live. Chris says, so apparently my Texans are in playoffs. Would be some BS if we met in Super Bowl. We cannot afford to lose to Dallas twice unless they got baseball. And now we'll get this one.
Let's see what that does.
Okay. Walter says the Golden Globe Awards was good Sunday.
No, definitely shitty. No, go away. No. Ah.
Marvin says the deep voice sounded like RoboCop.
Oh, great. And of course it doesn't leave.
Travis is pressing all kinds of buttons.
Well, I had to push something. I had to get out of that shit.
Sophie says you could tell when reverb is on. Marvin's like, oh,
Well, I
you
can
ain't got
when
a
I get
clue.
back here. There's some. So MC has reverb. What's KTV? KT!
KTV?
KTV.
Katie? Aren't your DIY dipshits? They're on your TV right now telling you stupid shit.
Well, of course there are. It's basically like an NXT invasion. There's reverb. So that primal one is the closest one that doesn't have reverb.
Everything else has it, like, no matter what.
Well, those 3. I mean, I didn't do baby and monster and shit. Look, I can do laughter. That's actually pretty good.
And Sophie says you guys sound like chipmunks.
Yeah, we can if we do the baby one.
Rhea hasn't met Becky or Naya yet. Walter says, I'm glad I don't have snow, but Massachusetts and New York got snow. Airports snowed in. Walter wants Ciampa to win.
Really? I wouldn't cheer for Ciampa if he was wrestling Ricochet. Notice Ricochet's been gone for a while. That's great. I've had like a break.
Didn't you get broken?
I don't know, but it's just
I
fantastic.
got a concussion.
Nobody wants concussions. Anyways, this is obviously the best
Scaredy cat.
normal one. I guess primal sound is normal.
Oh, Robbie says that sounded like the laugh track to Friends. And Walter says, I like the sound box.
It is pretty fun. Look at guys. This is
I love
guys.
it. You guys are so great.
I don't know what it
does.
does.
Sound? Or you have to talk.
I love it. You guys are so great.
You hear that? You guys are so great.
What's din? Like dinner? Oh yeah, it's crows coming to feast on the bones. That's pretty cool. Giggle. Just giggle.
Also, Ciampa against Finn Balor.
Yeah! The battle of the baby weights.
Diaper babies.
Couple baby weights in there. Finn Balor's even smaller than Ciampa. Look at that kick right to his head.
Chris says the crow for Sting, LOL.
All right. This is great.
Robbie's like, LOL, don't boost D's ego.
Why don't they just make the referee a wrestler too? He's small enough.
They should. He probably is.
Come on. Damien should turn over his briefcase to Johnny Gargano.
Mr. Spaghetti.
Yeah, he's small enough to be champion. Look at the flying forearm right there, whatever you want to call that,
Chris
a
says,
double axe sandal.
Can't wait for Liv Crybaby mode when she loses Rumble. Aww.
We could do Crybaby.
And we're on Crybaby. Such a baby. I'm just a diaper baby. I don't want to lose in the Rumble. I'm too scared to lose in the Rumble. I want to not be in the Rumble and lose. I'd rather do marijuana and drive. You would never.
Oh my gosh, Liv, calm down. That was out of hand. Did you hear her meltdown? That was bad. Hadn't heard anything like that for a while.
And Sophie says that this Our Truth and Judgment Day storyline is entertaining and interesting. Walter says new good movies coming out Friday.
Heck yeah. What are they?
Sophie says, you sound like the Bella twins. And Walter says, oh geez, the free chipmunks here.
They are not chipmunks. It's a baby. And it's Liv Morgan. Let's yell. Yelling. Oh, it's Little John. What? Okay.
Okay.
Gunshot. It's gunshot. That's probably pretty violent.
Yeah. Chris says,
Oh, yeah.
no, Liv blew the cop, so you didn't hear nothing about mouth noises. Nothing but mouth noises. What is that?
Pug or something? P-U-B-G. Pug. Bubbaged. Anyways, it's dun 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 dun.
It's rave music. Sylvie says, I don't even know what movies are coming out this weekend.
I don't either.
Walter said there were movies coming out on Friday and they were good ones.
What movies come out this
stuff.
Friday? Hey Alexa, what movies come out this Friday?
From therack.com. The Hallows hit theaters this Friday.
I don't know what The Hollows is. That's it. That's all. There's one movie. Sounds like a good one. Hell of a weekend.
Oh.
There was something coming out, and I asked you if you were going to go see it. Because it's on my birthday.
I don't know.
Remember?
Yeah, but I don't remember the movie. Sophie says, whenever my mom and roommate ask, did anything drop on a streaming service, I say, I don't know, maybe. Mohawk Gundy in the chat. Hey, Mohawk. How's
Mohawk.
it going? Says hi. Hello.
One of the Mohicans.
Darian is in the chat. Hey, Darren says hi. Long time.
Yeah, good to see you in
Punk's on
here.
Fire.
Yeah.
Sophie says
Super
the only movie
fire.
I know is coming out this weekend is the Mean Girls reboot. And Chris says, oh shit. TV spot for Raw. They're going to be in Houston March 11th. Might go. You should.
Isn't that
Go do it.
what do they call that? A musical? The musical? Isn't that a musical?
The Mean Girls one?
Yeah, the musical, the Mean Girls musical.
I don't know. Is it a musical? Doesn't seem like a musical.
I thought it was a musical.
Oh, Sophie says it is. Well, there you go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Definitely will not be watching that crap. Hammer full of musicals.
Yeah. You should have your fill of musicals.
Yeah.
Why am I cutting out? Oh, yeah. Am I not on the internet or something?
Chris says that during Mania, Robbie says DS was treating you to a trip to the pictures. Sure.
The old show house.
Sophie says that, and Mohawk says, what are you watching Monday Night Raw on? USA?
Yeah, it's USA
And a
Network.
television.
And a TV, obviously. But, yeah. And then we broadcast it here. What are you watching Raw on? And if you're not, are you watching the National Championship game? Because I forgot to put that on, and I need to turn it there. And watch Raw and the National Championship, because that's what cool people do.
Cool
and
people.
I'm on my way to do that as we speak. Because
Sophie says a couple stars from the original Mean Girls movie will be part of the reboot. Yeah. The principal guy.
yeah, the principal and the teacher, the marijuana dealer. Remember her?
Sophie says I'm watching Raw the same way you guys are. On a TV. On USA. Cool.
That's the way to do it. It really is.
Hey, it's the Miz versus McDowell.
That'll be great. Like if you're into that. McDoe's. Let's do.
Mohawk says my TV is broken and not letting me watch Raw on USA.
Well,
Boo!
that's dumb.
Stupid TV.
Some TVs are like that.
Should throw it
They're
out
very
the window.
spiteful. It's the national championship on ESPN. Da-na-na,
Aspen?
na-na-na. Or is it on something else? I'm going to try ESPN first. There it is. There's the trophy. Does the other team get a participation trophy? I feel like that's a question that needs to be addressed. What do you think? Do they give the runner-up a trophy?
No. They don't deserve a trophy. They're losers.
Cool. Why don't I hear it? Or am I not plugged in? That's why. No. Like, I don't hear it, so obviously.
So if it
it's
says
not
Raw on
working.
Amazon, will be a game changer.
Yeah, they'll lose what? 1 million followers? 500,000? What do you think it'll be? 750?
Quite a few.
It'll be quite a bit. It'll be a huge change because a lot of people watch that crap. So Finn Balor just lost to Tommaso Ciampa, which we knew would happen. Very good booking from the back from Tony Khan. And then they'll have Ciampa get the briefcase, cash in, and then Johnny Gargano will turn on him, and then that'll be your WrestleMania match. Ciampa and Gargano. Main event, WrestleMania Night 1. And then Night 2 will be CM Punk versus, I don't know, Long John Silver or something.
It's a possibility.
It's probably just the way to go. I feel like that's what Tony would do.
So it says, once Raw goes to Amazon, that has been a lot of people will finally cut cable like my house always wants to.
Nothing's wrong with Amazon. I would hate it at all. I think it's a great idea. It's just they're gonna lose people because people don't have it. Period. They're not gonna go get Amazon Prime for that. It's $140 a year or whatever it is. I don't know what it is.
Something like that.
And you don't get anything else. You know how many shows I watch on Amazon? That many. Literally 0. And so all I get Amazon Prime for is the shipping, the postage, whatever you call it. What do they call it in the England area? Is it postage?
Handling? Postage?
I think they call it something like that. The
Shipping?
parchment, or it's a P word.
Oh. Robbie says, do you deserve a treat to the pictures, a film of your choice? Mohawk says, are you going to be live streaming the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, we'll definitely be here. The one in February is going to be interesting because that's like 4 o'clock in the morning for us.
Oh, man, yeah.
It's a Saturday morning, so we're going to have to like go to bed
Ew.
Friday night, like do the show and then just kick our feet up and go to sleep and then wake up in the morning and do the show. So we're live the whole time.
How horrible.
Well, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're watching,
Just sleep in here.
like I said, let's kick our feet up, go to sleep, wake up, do it again, because that's how we roll. I don't know if anybody else just had a commercial, but it was weird because it was in my ear. It was a machine gun fire on this ball of twine.
So it says Amazon and Warner Brothers are somehow the top contenders in getting Raw. Who would have thought it? Sophie also says, my mom has been wanting to get a cable for the last few years, but couldn't because of the WWE on Fox and USA. And Robbie says, postage, yeah. And Chris says, fuck off. Becky can't take loss. Sophie says the Elimination Chamber is where a lot of watch-along channels might not have the same number of people that they normally would.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have a few foreign people, and so that'll be okay. But there are some in the United States that aren't going to be joining us until at least 7.
If that.
And it starts at 4, so therefore that's the end.
I would be very surprised.
People are going to get up and watch it. If you're a wrestling fan, you're going to get up and watch Elimination Chamber. You're not going to be like, I'll just watch it at noon. I actually did have a dream about that last night.
About watching it at noon?
I came in and I had missed the Super Bowl, and I was like, hey, what happened in the Super Bowl? I was like, you know what? As a matter of fact, I have no idea what happened, so I'm just going to watch it on replay. You watch it fast forward that way. You can watch the Super Bowl in like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
But anyways, obviously a dream. I thought it was real, though, in my dream. It was like a stress dream.
It's perfect because you can skip over the whole halftime. That's probably shit.
I don't know who's doing it this year, but
I don't
I'm sure
either.
it's
But I'm sure it's
somebody
garbage.
terrible.
Definitely will be changing channels. This is my boy Drip Kaiser next. Sophie says, but if you need 8 hours sleep, you can miss a WWE pay-per-view. Mohawk says, do you go to any events like WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble? I might go to WrestleMania 25.
No, not right now. That's... Wait, you're going to go to WrestleMania 25?
2025.
Oh, got it. Never mind. I'm like, WrestleMania 25 was like 10 years ago.
Maybe they're a time traveler.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. You could change the outcome. Shit. Damn Michigan. Nobody wants Michigan to win the national championship unless they went to Michigan.
Chris says Cora Jade and Gigi Dolan on NXT tomorrow. Sophie says, I'm a wrestling fan, but I don't know if I want to get up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. to watch a pay-per-view. Well, you wouldn't be getting up at 4 a.m.
It's 6 for you.
It'd be 6 o'clock for you.
And you're fine. You're plenty awake at 6, I would hope. Half the day's over. I drank almost a gallon of water today. Because I'm cool.
Interesting.
Holy crap.
Mohawk's like, you caught me. I am a time traveler. I knew it.
Almost gone. You guys like my gallon water bottle? Letha said it's too big.
It's his emotionally support water bottle. It's his Stanley.
Look at it's as big as her head. Bigger than your head.
Well, there's a lot of things bigger than my head, including yours.
It's barely bigger than yours. Just because the brain.
You keep telling yourself, but there's no brain. So if it says, I think missed the time they had a pay-per-view in Japan. Oh, I don't know. That will be at 6 a.m. Then that changes everything.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Well, for you, it's going to be. You're in Eastern time zone. The reason why it's on earlier for us is because we're not.
Yeah. We're in the Midwest. Mountain. Japanese. Time zone.
We're in a commercial break, by the way, just so you know. event weekend.
What is it?
Bringing Money in the Bank to Toronto.
That'll be a good.
Money in the Bank in Toronto. Blah, blah, blah. I guess they're going to have the women's tag team match up next. Huh. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championship rematch. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven are going to try to get back their championship tag team belts back from those weird girls. Oh, that's right. That's going to be a little bit later. Right now they have Kofi Kingston. I forgot they have Kaiser and Kofi out there. It's been so long since they've been on their actual wrestling stuff. I forgot what was happening.
Yeah, it was like an 80-minute cartoon. Commercial. 80-minute commercial break.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to the game. All right. Ludwig should win this. Just because he's younger and I like Kofi, don't get me wrong. He's my favorite New Day member. Although I do like Big E's voice. I love it. He killed the guy. Remember when Kofi killed the guy last week?
Uh-huh. Right in the head.
He killed him. Because he's mean.
Sophie says at least by the time Elimination Chamber pay-per-view is over, it will be breakfast time for most people and lunchtime for other people. Sophie says, I'm surprised they haven't announced the first Hall of Fame inductee yet. Me and my mom have been watching ER on HBO Max the past month.
Huh? Like stream, what's that called? Like binging it?
I'm guessing yes.
That would be one that I wouldn't think anybody would ever do. That's cool. How many seasons is there of that? I thought of doing General Hospital. I thought about doing General Hospital.
It would take a lifetime.
It would. Literally, you'd never finish because that shit's still on. I think they're moving it off TV now, though. They're gonna move it to
you would never
streaming.
You would never know what was happening in real life, real time.
Well, who cares? It'd all be a surprise. You could have a YouTube channel just dedicated to it. It'd be fun. Like, just watch it 10 hours a day. Every day.
Robbie says, yay, Pond replay like Rihanna for the women's tag belts.
Yeah, Rihanna.
Blood says, Blood Ninja's in the chat. Hey, Blood says, hello, hello.
Hello,
So
Governor.
it says Verizon is having some sort of deal where you could get HBO Max and Netflix or something. I just saw it on something. There are 15 seasons, and we are in season 6.
Holy shit. Did you just start? Or did you... Alexa, shut up. I have no idea what you're saying.
Excuse me. Sorry.
She doesn't like when I have manners.
Huh?
What? The machine. Told her to shut up. Because she doesn't listen if I have manners.
Bubba shows LFD defo got 10 hours of that show. What?
General Hospital every day for the rest of your life.
Oh, God. No. Is the rest of my life just one day?
Dude, you guys, okay, so I'm not one to watch series, and if I do, it has to be really good.
I don't know about that.
One time.
He's watched a series that isn't really good, but he watched it.
She's full of. Anyways, true story. I don't watch them, usually never, right? So, McKenna came down this weekend, and like Thursday, no, it was Friday. It was Friday. Maybe it was Thursday. It was Thursday.
It was Thursday.
She got off work early, and I was like, hey, you ready to watch 8 hours of a series real quick? And McKenna's like, you're an idiot. Like, why would we watch 8 hours? Like, why do we watch it all in one day? And I'm like, because I'm not going to waste 2 days doing this. So we watched this series about this crazy, deranged lunatic who raised a child and, like, just pretended that she was sick all the time with doctors and she was very manipulative, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, at the end of the show, they kill her. They kill the mom. Fucking wackadoodle show, by the way. Haven't stopped thinking about it since Thursday. I didn't think about it yesterday, and I think I didn't think about it today, but it literally, like, stuck with me. I'm like, kind of wacko does that? And then, I don't know if you guys have seen the motion picture show called Ma, but they hint at it in there because she's doing it to her daughter. But that's a cinematic show. Supposedly this other one's real. I think her name was Rainbow, right? Rainbow Rose or something.
As Chris says, the Gypsy Rose story.
Gypsy.
Yes, Chris.
I thought it was Rainbow. I knew it was something weird and hippie-ish. But yes, watch that. Don't watch that, by the way. Like, don't put your... If you're going to watch it, if you're like, you know what, I really want to know, just watch episode 8. Everything's in it.
He watched the one called The Act, by the way. Not like the documentary of it or anything like that.
There's more?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different stuff of it.
I'm never watching it again.
He watched the one that's called The Act.
Yeah, it's called Gypsy Rose The Act, and it's an 8-part series. Each one's like 50, 55 minutes.
We thought it was a Disney thing.
And I thought it was Disney, and it was very weird that Disney would make that movie. But Dez was on there. He was the murderer, like the retarded boyfriend that killed the mom. That was Dez. And if you don't know who Dez is, he was on Austin and Ally. It was a series on Disney. And there was something else that was very Disney-y.
She wanted to be she was a princess.
Oh yeah, she was a Disney princess all the time in like every scene. So I thought it was just a Disney movie, but it got bloody.
There was like murder and like BDSM involved and.
Yeah, and then I had to Google what BDSM is. Don't do that.
Totally not Disney movie related.
It was not a Disney flick like I thought. I was like, oh, Dez is in this. This is great.
Your daughter did not like this movie.
She's like, it's not a Disney movie. I'm like, that's pretty dark for a Disney movie. Ugh. It's not a Disney movie, Dad.
It's not a Disney movie. Why is she fucking dressed like a Disney princess?
She looks like a Disney princess, and that's Dez.
That guy is a Disney actor.
I'm sure there was other Disney actors in it, too, that I just don't know.
The only one that was a real killer was Juliette Lewis.
Who's Juliette Lewis? Was that the mom?
The...
Oh, Natural Born Killers! They call me Dada. Yeah. Mallory Knox was the mom of the
mentally handicapped kid.
Oh, of the boy, of Dez. So they booked a serial killer, a known serial killer, to play the dad of Dez, or the mom of Dez. I forgot about that. She was in Ma, too. Mm-hmm. She's in both of them. Mm-hmm. She's the 6 sides to the guy that's in everything.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Boom! Anyways.
LLD and Blood Ninja says, what shows do y'all like? Travis really liked that Gypsy Rose show.
Yeah, there's one called Gypsy Rose, the act. You should look it up. And don't ever watch it. Just watch episode 8. It's that easy. Literally, it has every single thing that the movie has up until that point. So just watch the last one. When I watched it, I was like, you fucking kidding me? I could have just watched this one.
Sylvie says some shows, if I'm totally into it, I would watch it from beginning to end with no stopping, like I do now when I watch it with the people I live with. Chris says, yeah, she is free now. Lots of people want to talk to her. Walter says, still good Raw. And Chris says, yeah, there is like a Lifetime movies of her. Walter says, if you're a tough enough fan from WWE, Maven is great.
I remember Maven.
Sophie says, I love Austin and Ally. Well, Chris says,
There you go.
BDSM, LOL.
And he was awesome in that. Do you remember like some of the videos he would do, like the suspender one? That show was classic. The only reason I obviously watched it is because I had a child, but it was fun to watch. He was so funny. And then I watched him in that Disney movie on Thursday, and he wasn't funny in it. He was all kind of weird. Although he did have funny, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, there was funny shit that he would say. He was still funny.
The way he would smile, you're just like, oh god, it's him. Stop it. Stop. Sophie says, I think I know what show you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of it. Sophie says, Grey's Anatomy will be going to Disney Plus starting in March, and Walter's like, Kofi, get the win. Sophie says, I think I saw that show or movie. It had a confusing storyline. Blood says it was going on. Did Raw just win on black screen?
For a second, it's back. Oh, they both got counted out. It's a double count out. Oh, thrust kick. Big thrust kick there by Kofi.
Wow. That's the first time I've seen him do an actual count out for a minute.
Yeah, it's because
He knew how to count to 10.
they didn't want Kofi just to lose straight up. They're trying to build this up. It's going to be Kofi versus Gunther.
No winner, Walter says. Walter says, cool, still cool disco colors like rainbow. So he says he was also in that show Reboot on Hulu. Walter says, yes, fight, fight. So he says there was a show named Reboot for Hulu.
Never heard of it. Sounds cool. Did they just, like, fix boots? Like the cobbler with Adam Sandler?
I have no idea. I don't think so. I think reboot as in like when you reboot your computer.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Ha ha! Kofi's hurt now. Everybody's hurt.
Kaiser gave him the old 1-2.
He speared him in the face with a chair. Now he's attacking him.
No, he must be fine. Sophie says Austin and Ellie is a show not that many people talk about. Robbie says Kofi lackluster Kingston, and Chris says, fuck yeah, Kaiser beating up Kofi. Sophie
Do you think they're setting this up because Big E's coming back soon?
That's funny.
I'm just wondering, because it'd be 3-on-3.
Sophie says he used to watch Phineas and Ferb, also, which also is getting a reboot. That is hitting Disney Plus sometime this year. Walter says now Kofi is out again.
Phineas and Ferb was a Disney show? I did not know that. And I definitely didn't know that Grey's Anatomy was a Disney show. I would have never
Grey's
guessed.
Anatomy isn't a Disney show.
It's ABC.
Probably on a show that they
Like at
network they
ABC.
bought out. Grey's Anatomy is still on the air, by the way.
Is Grey still on it?
She is.
I would assume so because she was only in movies there for the beginning of the 2000s. She was in like Old School and shit like that. But then I never saw her in anything again. She'd probably just making too much money from her own show. McDreamy and McMuffin and whoever else. McLovin was on there, I think. A lot of mix.
Lots of them.
I'm pretty sure he's gone. McLovin. He probably left.
Huh.
He's mowing somebody's yard
Possibly.
because that's what he did for Disney.
Possibly.
Can't buy me love. Can't buy me love. Ooh. That's him. It's McDreamy.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, McDreamy. I'm like,
You thinking of
Yes, it is.
McLovin?
yeah, because I think that was the name you said last, and then you went backwards in time to stuff, but didn't say a name with it, so. Sophie says, where's Woods? He's broken. He has an injury, Sophie. Something to do with his foot or something. Robbie says, Big E back. What use is he? I don't know.
Gunther. He's Gunther or Kryptonite, they call it.
Chris says maybe they pushing Kaiser to turn on Gunther. Mohawk's like, I got my TV fixed. Did you throw it out?
Hell yeah. Did you take it apart or did you just unplug it and plug it back in? What'd you do? How'd you fix it? What tools did you use?
Walter says Woods is doing up, up, down, down video games.
Of course he is, because he doesn't want to wrestle. Lazy.
Mohawk gave the dead skull face. Sophie says, How I Met Your Mother is going to be on Netflix sometime this year. Chris says, Main Event Kaiser. Sophie says, I thought Jay was feuding with Imperium. What?
Doing weird things. Because I can.
Walter says, oh great, just Woods for New Day. No, he's broken too, Walter.
Everybody's broken.
No New Day at all. Chris says, call me McDouble. Sophie says, Woods always gets injured at the worst possible time.
Yeah. All the time. All the time is the worst possible time. Just keep taking pills, baby.
Yeah. Mohawk says, I hit it with a hammer and put on Hulu. Nice. There you go. Hammer.
Oh, God. The side effects. It can cause depression and suicidal thoughts.
Well, that sounds nice. Robbie says, so a man with a crook neck can wrestle? Sure. So it says, my TV sometimes does weird things at random times out of nowhere. Quentin Mitchell in the chat, hey Quentin, says, now all 3 members of the New Day is now on the injured list. And Walter says, oh, okay, New Day injured, basically. So it says, MJF is rumored to be out the entire year. That's weird.
Because he doesn't want to wrestle? Or what do you mean? Is he injured that I don't know about? Did he get hurt? Oh, that Chicago show is so dumb. It's on before wrestling on Wednesdays. No, it's on before Mondays.
Mm.
In Portland, Oregon. Is that where they're at now?
I don't know, but it sounds like he said poison shit stain.
Yeah, probably has a poisoned shit stain. Some people do. They get that poison shit stains.
Robbie says Woods is a fraud. Also, well, just stick to Nintendo. It's a lot safer, man. And Robbie also says WWE ending man's career for good. So he says sometimes the weird things happen without me touching the TV. MJF
Do you think it's haunted? You think it's a ghost? Where's your remote when this is happening? Does a ghost have it? Do you believe in ghosts?
So he says MJF is injured and he gets surgery. He could be out for the entire year.
What did he injure? What part of his body? Is it a lower body injury or upper body? Who's this? Oh, Ludwig! She tracked him down. He walked up to her.
Mm-hmm. Sophie doesn't believe in ghosts.
Good deal. I don't
Robbie
either.
says, yeah, man, Casper and Jacob Marley are real, man.
Yeah. I watched Casper the other day. She made me watch it. Wasn't too
It
bad.
was like months ago, at Halloween time.
Yeah, just the other day.
Sophie says, I think his shoulder. I was wondering if it wasn't his shoulder because he kept like being all weird about it. So
Yeah, I think he heard it there. We were watching it. Uh-oh. Well, that's too bad.
so that's why they took it off of him.
Then they took the title off and gave it to Just Joe.
Wow.
That's some
pathetic.
Definitely some Triple H booking there. That's a whole lot of woman coming down to the ring. Woo! Woo! I don't have any of that. I just have the food one.
A food one?
Den. It's the crows.
Oh.
They're coming to eat.
Sophie says my cable box, it turns off if it is not being used after a certain amount of time. Yeah, they usually do that.
You can turn that off. It's just an energy saver. It isn't an adjuster.
There's a setting.
A setting.
Robbie says, LOL, she made me watch it. Go on, T, forcing mans. Yeah, I totally forced him to. He couldn't leave the room.
Shocked. Oh, this is shocking. She's so different. She looks exactly the same. Get him! Hit that motherfucker! Punch him in the face! Nobody likes Cole. You're not going to be in the main event.
She's going to earn her main event spot.
Well, they're obviously telling us what's going to happen.
No,
You know, the thing is it's still not a main event. You still got the other world champion.
What? That's ridiculous.
It's either going to be Seth or whoever beat Seth before then.
It's ridiculous.
It's not going to be Rhea Ripley.
It's going to be Rhea. With her hair all normal and looking cute.
She actually does look
Wow,
cute.
holy shit.
Yeah. Saw it when she came out. I was going to say something, but I was too busy bitching. But she does look cute. Cool. Rhea Ripley about to end her title reign.
Rock is like Dee finally getting her own back after years of watching wrestling. Sophie says, I only watch regular TV when Raw and SmackDown is on. The rest of the week I watch TV on the Fire Stick. Chris says, oh shit! Rhea versus Jax would be interesting. And Robbie says, Rhea, another bozo. And Sophie's like, so Rhea versus Nia at the Rumble?
No, they'll probably just have a match at the Rumble, like in the Rumble. I don't know if Rhea will be in it, but unless she's going to do 2 matches.
Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Wednesday for AEW. Bye, Walter. Have a good beginning to your week. We'll see you Wednesday. And Robbie says, Sophie, do me a favor. DVR the Rumble for me if you can.
Chip, chip, cheerio!
Yeah, chippy and cheery. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
she isn't.
burying Becky. I wonder what she did.
Yeah, you do.
Because you don't.
You don't own anything except for that ginormous tin head that you have on your face.
What's a 10 head?
It's not a 5 head. It's bigger than that.
Oh, like a hat size?
Yeah. Look at her forehead. It's
Oh, I get
ginormous.
it.
I
Jesus.
think it might be bigger than yours.
No, nobody has a bigger forehead than me.
I don't know about that. It's pretty big.
Mine looks like a football helmet. Oh, Lord.
Wow, don't blow smoke up her butthole. Robbie's like, that crowd cheer got to be fake. It's all fake.
It's true. The fear is there. You can see it in Rhea's face. I doubt she's going to be the first one in, so she doesn't have to worry about beating 29 other women. She'll probably be later in, so she'll only have to beat like 15.
Right. Ew, no choices. So terrifying. Unstoppable champion.
She should bend her over her knee and spank her.
World. She should have what?
Put her over her knee and spank her.
That's creepy.
It's ratings. Yeah, Becky's done. Like she didn't show up. They just said, it's Becky's not Rhea Ripley, and
They didn't have a thing for her earlier. I thought they talked to her earlier.
oh, Becky?
Or was that last week?
I don't remember saying anything. I had my earpiece in my head for that.
Jacob freaking Rollins in the chat. Hey, Jacob says, hi, Wrestling Gab. Hi,
Hello.
Jacob.
Jinder Mahal should have got over. They should have had him dominate The Rock. Rock coming out looking like Batista with the old wrinkly head. San Diegan?
He's a Wells vagina.
You think he's a San Diegan
He's a Wells vagina.
or a San Diegan?
Nope, just a Wells vagina. It's an insult to Wells everywhere, but it's what he is.
It means a whale's vagina. Discovered by the Germans in 1908.
This guy.
At the bar? Or should he sit at the head of the
I
table?
think he should go sit in a dumpster where he belongs. The old has-been.
I think he should sit at a round table so there is no head. Kind of like the Knights of the Round Table back in King Arthur days.
Mm.
Then he doesn't have to act like he's better than anybody else. He can just be equal to everybody.
Guys. I guess. Oh, here's the women's tag team
Uh-oh.
stuff. I'm pretty sure they're going to lose.
Here comes
They're
Chelsea.
going to have their rematch and lose.
Yeah, they will.
Because God forbid that they actually have personality, have the tag team titles.
I know. They have to have garbage.
Robbie says the build up to this feud or fight is as good as the way Anthony Joshua throws punches.
He's
Wrong.
getting better.
Anthony Joshua actually throws punches pretty good. He doesn't move his feet. You have to kind of change that. The build up to this feud or fight is as good as the way Anthony Joshua moves his feet.
As good as Anthony Joshua's footwork.
There you go.
That's hilarious.
Now that would have been funny and true.
Do you know Anthony Joshua's fighting Francis Ngannou next?
I thought that's what they already talked about. Thought that you brought that up before.
Huh? They just signed it on March 8th.
Oh, did they? Thought you had said something about it.
Which I
A
think
month
will
ago.
end up being March 9th because March 8th is a Friday. So
Yeah, one-on-one. They're going to do it.
doing it and doing it and doing it wild. They should do it. So they went to this song from that cool song they had. They had a really cool song there for a while. It was actually kind of fun.
The chocolate shake one.
I don't know.
Maybe the guy wanted too many royalties for it. Maybe they like to change it up.
To the 60s?
Yes.
Cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like 60s music.
Robbie says nothing Anthony Joshua does is worth watching. I would rather watch 10 hours of Zelina Vega wrestle.
Well, who wouldn't? I pushed Netflix real quick.
Stop pressing buttons.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Things.
Go away. Okay. You can't go away. You almost made me push a button again.
You're such a go away. I'm out. Skis. Bye. Later, scared. Travis said for me to leave.
What time is it? It's getting close.
To leave.
Oh, it's only 7?
Yeah, that's what I said.
What the fuck?
I'm like, oh, I can leave? Oh, it's a good deal. I will do it.
See ya!
See ya.
I can't believe it's only
No
7.
fucking hesitation. What didn't give it away? The fact that Walter left. The minute he left, I was like, God damn it, it's only fucking 7. Fuck! Fuck you, Raw. Let's go back and talk about things. Let's re-show everything 500 times. Ugh.
You're so funny.
So funny.
It's hilarious when people laugh. Do you need some water?
No, you need to finish that. It's your 3.
I know, I was supposed to
3
finish
gallons.
it by 4.
You're a little late.
I'm going to be peeing all night.
You're a little behind, buddy.
Not very much left.
Jesus. That's just dumb. That's just the stupidest fucking thing I've ever invented.
I just like that I don't have to refill it.
Why does that matter?
It's a pain in the butt. You have to sit there for like a half hour to fill these up.
Just get a liter one and then it wouldn't be like that. Just fill a liter one up a couple times. Doesn't take as long. You're so weird.
For all heavy it is, it's empty.
I already know how heavy it is. I
Why
don't
can't
wanna
you
fill
touch
your-
it?
Because it's weird.
It's empty.
I'm gonna send you a whole bunch of those guys making fun of their wives with their fucking stupid Stanley cups that they
What the
carry
hell's a
around with
Stanley cup?
themselves.
Like,
It's basically that.
hockey? Like the
No.
Stanley Cup? Lord Stanley Cup?
No, a water bottle, an emotional support water bottle, basically.
And it's this big.
Yeah, they pretty much are.
Why
and
do they
these
need
stupid
emotional
bitches carrying
support?
them around.
Why do they need
And
support?
then these men make fun of them. And
Why
now I can make fun of my man because he's like one of those dumb bitches.
Because I need a gallon of water every
Because
day?
you carry around an emotional support water bottle.
I've had a water bottle for months.
Yeah, at least it was kind of normal. This is
It was a
abnormal.
half a gallon.
This is Abby normal.
This is perfectly normal.
It's not.
I don't like
Weird.
this, though.
So weird.
I could have got the black one. I forgot. I should have ordered it instead of the
Why
red
are you
one.
playing with it?
Because you're calling it Abby. Has feelings.
Oh no, somebody's attacking
It's
somebody in the back.
Nakamura and...
Cody Rhodes
Cody.
is attacking Nakamura in the back.
It's ridiculous.
How could they?
Why is Cody being a dick? Why do you think... Oh, that's the main event tonight.
Oh, probably.
They just said it.
Oh, is that? Okay. Robbie says, Travis, you might know the actor Jussie Smollett. That madness did he do? What madness did he do? Robbie, do you really not know what he did?
Who the fuck are you talking about?
He pretended to get... He pretended to be, like, attacked by... Because he's black. And he pretended to get attacked
Is this the gay guy?
like a hate crime. And they found out he hired the black men
Yeah,
himself.
they arrested him, and the guys are like, yeah, he paid us.
He paid us to do this, to commit a hate crime against him. Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah, he dumb.
I didn't know.
dumbass.
I didn't know who he
That guy's
was.
a
though.
dumbass.
At least she knows who it
He was
is.
an actor on that show. It was like a drug dealing show or some kind of...
The meth one where the teacher cooks meth.
No, it was all black cast. It was like a...
Medea's wedding.
No, it was like on HBO or Stars or Showtime or one of those. Empire. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Empire. But it is like about drugs and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyways, So yeah, I actually do know who he is just because of what he did. That's the only reason why I know anything about him. That's it. That's the only reason why I know anything about him. That's all. That's all I know. Nothing else. Chris says, Travis, there's a prospect by the name of Spencer Jones. And lots of people keep saying he's the next Aaron Judge.
So he's gangly, tall, and hits with power. Is that why they're calling him Aaron Judge? Is he 7 foot tall? It's really rare for a very tall person to be coordinated enough to play baseball. Now, pitching is different, but it still takes them a long time. Pitchers usually, if they're really tall, don't come into form until they're in their mid-20s because it's so hard to repeat your mechanics because it's hard to get coordination. All right. Well, the dames are watching in the back.
Backfired on him then?
Yeah, I would assume so. I don't know. He might have still had a job.
No, he didn't. He got fired.
They fired him?
Oh, they fired him. Like, they fired him. He, like, kind of got blackballed, which is good. I'm glad he did. It's like, dude, don't pull shit like that. Just don't. That's just ridiculous. That's like those stupid Me Too women and their shit. He cried wolf and he got caught.
So you're saying that he cried wolf?
Yes. I'm saying that he cried wolf and he got caught. And he got in trouble, as he should. Dumbass. It was around the same time that NASCAR stuff came out about the, in their garages or whatever, they have like ropes that come down, and there was one black NASCAR driver, and he took offense to it because he thought that they were doing a hate crime because they had nooses around the garage area all the time. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he made something out of nothing. Like, he just decided that he needed to make this thing out of nothing. It was pretty funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we got women in there right now. One attractive one.
Talking about
Chelsea.
NASCAR. I guess, NASCAR, I don't know him. I don't follow NASCAR anymore, so I have no idea.
No idea. And your drivers.
But it's a newer driver guy that's in NASCAR. Was stabbed and killed at a gas station while he was getting fuel and filling up his vehicle by a homeless man. Yeah, the homeless man just came up to him and stabbed him in the chest.
For
nothing, just because.
His wallet, or
just because.
Was he on that stuff? That
no.
Fetamine or whatever
Nope.
they call it?
Nope.
Federal.
Nope. Yeah.
Hello. You're bleeding.
Yeah. So
You have
now
a
they should
perky
have
heart.
banned assault knives because, they're
It's
deadly.
just weird.
He probably
Hopefully they don't
told
ban
him
knives.
that the guy just fell on the knife.
And he
He
could
didn't
have.
know, he didn't know what happened.
That has happened before.
I heard that lady talk about it.
Yeah, in Chicago.
Chris says, oh, I haven't heard anything more on Jericho allegations, but I'm surprised he'll be on TV this week.
I mean, you can't do anything until it's proven, beyond a doubt. You can't just take people off TV because there's allegations. If that was the case, you'd have to take everybody off the TV. And plus, they already know what happened because they put a gag order on her.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to do more research when you already know what happened if you paid her not to say anything. Like Tony Khan did, right? Like, if I pay you not to say anything, that means I know what you did and I know what happened. It means shut the fuck up.
Oh, God. It's like some gag thing.
I'd watch it.
Oh, of course. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I'm just saying it's just kind of like some weird spoofy thing.
Holy crap. She had a giant tumor on the side of her neck. Sometimes when they get that big, they have their own blood flow, and that's where it So they have to have two different surgeons doing it.
True.
Because you have your general, and then
That's what what's his face did. That's how he became a doctor.
Tim Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he did it because his parents are missionaries, but yeah.
Yep. That's how he. That's the kind of surgeries he.
That would be the last thing he would do. I mean, he would do it if it was an emergency, but he did like appendectomies and shit, you know. But that's funny. Extractions for teeth and shit. He's like a dentist. Like, hey, I need Tim Tebow. We got a neck tumor.
Rob was like, hello, why would someone want to do that? Do what?
Stab some NASCAR driver in the chest.
Stab somebody, or are you talking about faking a hate crime? Which one are you talking about, bud? Chris says, yeah, she is quiet, but the fucking loser cuck white knight SJW keyboard warriors around her that won't shut the fuck up about it and keep telling her to say something, and she responds with a heart emoji. Chris says, which doesn't look good on her because now you know she did something.
Right.
Yeah. Or Robbie says, faking a hate crime. People like attention, and sometimes they want attention for all the wrong reasons.
No press is bad press, kind of a thing. And it was at that time, it was the height of the Barack Obama stuff, and it just made sense to do it.
But it gets, you know, I took a chance, and guess he gambled wrong.
I mean, at least, like, if you're going to fake a hate crime, hire people of the color that you want to fake the hate crime against.
Not black people?
Well, if that's the thing, right?
Not
like,
black on black hate crime?
Don't go, hey, I got beat up by a group of Mexicans, and then hire some Chinese guys to beat you up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they won't be looking for the Chinese guys. They'd be looking for Mexicans.
Exactly, but these poor black dudes are just sitting in their interrogation, and they're laughing.
They like told them that they
If you've ever seen them sit down in there, they're interrogating
you can
them.
look it up, Ravi, if you want to.
They're in interrogation in the room with the mirror and all that, and they're laughing about it because they're like, he paid us. Like,
yeah.
Not only do we have proof, we have the money. We have his bank account transfer. Yeah. Like, that's how he didn't even do it in cash.
Yeah, that's how dumb it was. Like, those guys, I'm surprised they didn't immediately just go.
They weren't even upset. Like, the police were like, really?
Yeah.
That's why he got arrested, like, that night.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't happen. It didn't take time for all this to unfold. It wasn't this huge investigation. What's going on?
Dad called, I guess. I don't know why he called.
Better call him back.
I gotta see why he called.
Oh, is he leaving a message? Maybe he wants more than pickles. Oh, picks her up, drops her down. Old Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea, do something. Win this. Win it back. I know they're not going to do that, but they really do need to do that. The unprettier.
Oh, her move.
The unprettier. I love it. Some. You gonna go make a phone call? Cool. I'll take it from here. For 5 minutes, that's it. That's what you get. It's your time. Watch, you're gonna leave, and it's gonna be a goddamn commercial. Anyways. Oh, Piper with the bomb. That might do it. 1, 2. And the little one comes in. Katana. She's a sword. She's the tip of the sword. Look at that. Chelsea Green with the big kick. Chelsea, pay attention to what's going on. There's other people behind you. Get her, Piper. Caden's trash. You should beat her quick. Come on. Oh, right down on the hip. That can't feel good. Chelsea tags herself in. Piper is supposed to be getting up, but look at that. Katana cheated. Damn it. Nobody's there. Chelsea just got bombed. Well, shit. Old Piper's out. Chelsea's done. Just garbage wrestling.
I'm like, well, I got you Miracle Whip and ketchup. It's in the fridge. Yeah, I got pickles and some other stuff. Because he really, really needed pickles.
Did you not take him pickle?
There wasn't any downstairs to take. There were dill pickles down there, but he won't eat dill pickles.
You could have stopped even at the gas station. I'm pretty sure they have pickles.
Yeah, but they don't have those pickles.
Throwing away the poor man's pickles.
Oh my god, I didn't know! Everything in that fridge is like, dude, more than half that shit in that fridge was like 10 years old or more. That was in there. Like in jars and shit. And, one, half of it was open, and two, the refrigerator wasn't cool. So more than half of that shit probably had some kind of bacteria growing in it for like 2 weeks.
Botulism.
Basically.
It's one of my favorite.
So that's why it all got thrown away. Hey, if they wanted to keep it, he could have said, hey, there's stuff in that fridge that needs to go out in the other fridge. And he could have said that 2 days before when the fridge went kaput. Instead, he waited.
Breaking news. Street fight, main event tonight. Nakamura, Cody Rhodes, anything goes.
The only way to win. Chris says, random side note, Travis, I saw Maria on Collision. I'm surprised she is even still on the show. But her husband is on a top team with Adam Cole. The reason, goddamn, she was hot in TNA.
Yeah.
Who's Maria?
Kanellis. She was like a Playboy model.
Was she the one that was pregnant?
Yeah, she got
Here
pregnant. She was
lied
24.
about their pregnancy?
She was the 24/7 champion for a minute, and nobody wanted to pin her.
Her husband is in that team with Adam Cole?
Yeah, that's that weirdo that was on the left, the
Well,
short
that
one,
makes it even worse.
with Wardlow and somebody else in him.
Chris says Maven also does have a YouTube channel, which is very insightful.
Old Maven. Huh. I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. Oh, God.
Oh my God. All the babies. That
He's
dream
in it.
came true. Mm-hmm.
When he was a baby, that's all he wanted to do was be in Judgment Day.
That's it. And that doctor told him one day it would come true.
See, he's in all of them.
This is so dumb. It was working.
Look, he's in
and
all
it
of them.
stopped working.
And he won. Beat him. McDowell lost fair and square. See? Oh, look, the Beatles album cover. Tom and Nick Mysterio. Love the CGI in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
We are always here. And love.
Okay.
That's what the Judgment Day always says. Live, laugh, and love. Judgment Day!
That's funny.
The Miz and McDowell.
Huh. jeez. Chris is like, oh, our Truth and Judgment Day, right?
Look at their
John
faces.
Smith in the chat. Hey, John Smith says, give me more truth, please. Ha ha. I'm not gonna lie, quality was pretty good. Serious note. Rally's in the chat. Hey, Rally, good to see you tonight. It says, hi, D and Travis. Maybe doing a Raw watch along like you now.
Oh,
wow. How random is 2024 so far? Wrestling free agents everywhere, people popping up, different companies. Crazy. John Smith says, Truth is truly the GOAT. He sure is. He truly is. I'm so glad he's back. Chris says, LOL, Priest actually likes Truth. Who wouldn't? It's because he hates McDowell, and Damian didn't want him in the group to begin with.
Look at the size of that dude's head. It's like Sputnik. It's got its own weather system. Oh, it's happening now.
Damn.
Ms. McDowell.
Raleigh says, R-Truth, funny. You sound weird. Travis, is your mic broken? D is fine. Just thought I'd let you know.
What?
What?
I don't know.
Why
Maybe.
do you sound funny? What'd you do?
I haven't done anything. I can plug in my headpiece and see.
See what you sound like?
I must confess. I don't know. Maybe mine's turned up louder. Say something.
Say something.
Say something.
Say something.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds the same to me. But it might be a little bit louder. I mean, obviously my volume's turned up higher on that because I haven't run into there first and then into there and then into there. So I could kill it a little bit. I turn it up because I'm hard to hear. Oh, I can't. There's no way I can reach that.
Raleigh says Nakamura versus CM Punk street fight. That's good. It's not though.
It's not Punk.
It's Cody Rhodes. Chris says, Travis, you will be glad to know that Top Dollar is debuting at TNA Hard to Kill pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah. After losing all that weight. Good for him. I don't have a problem with him. I mean, I don't want to see him on the main roster, but I don't have a problem with him wrestling.
Right.
I don't hate the dude.
He can be somewhere else and wrestle. I never have to see it.
I don't hate anybody.
Lies.
Except for crows.
He gets the summer house because it's a giant sandbox. You get to poop everywhere. Just poop everywhere.
Why is there poop?
Raleigh says, oh crap, Cody versus Nakamura street fight. Oh, maybe it's CM Punk promo. Thought he was on Raw to getting mixed up. Yeah, he was on earlier with Drew at the very beginning of Raw tonight. John Smith says, I'm not liking the way she's saying the Miz? Question mark? The Miz? Hassan says, hi there guys, Happy New Year. Hey Hassan, how are you doing? Happy New Year. What you doing?
Getting another gallon. Just put it out of here so I don't forget it in here.
How could you? It's so big.
Huh?
I said, how could you? It's so big.
I can still eat it. That's what she said.
Ha! was your weekend? It was pretty good. Hassan, how was yours? How was your weekend? Did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time? Whatever you did. Wherever you did it at. Raleigh says, is it Samantha Irvin? I think she's great. Gives it her all when announcing people. You know, Raleigh, I don't think she gives it her all. I think she could give it some more, but she doesn't. I think she holds back, and that's why she sucks. Samantha Irvin. Raleigh said his weekend was crap. He got the flu. Aw, man, Raleigh, that sucks butthole. You're not supposed to get the flu on the weekend. You're supposed to get the flu during the week so you don't have to go to work. Just kidding. It sounds like it was good. I did enjoy AEW Collision and football game. Yeah? Chris says, I only like Samantha announcing Gunther. That's really why she announces on Raw, because that's her best announcement. I still think she could do better, but she can't. I think Ricochet holds her back. We're back from that commercial break. It's The Miz! The Miz is out there, ready to kick some ass. Think he's gonna win? I doubt it. I hope he does. I want him to win. I want him to win against McDoface, but he probably won't.
I think he will.
John says, when are y'all cashing in those Money in the Bank briefcases over y'all's head?
Never. Just having the briefcase is an honor. You know what I mean? It's for plugging in earphones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Need it? Over here, oh. Oh, good deal. Are you gonna listen to some of it?
Ew. God.
You're just gonna listen to TikTok video.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I can TikTok on here. This is great. This is fantastical. All right, there's the bell. It's underway.
Hassan says, well, here my weekend, it will be hard to kill pay-per-view TNA Wrestling in New Japan Battle of the Valley on Saturday night.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That sounds great.
Darian's back in the chat, says WWE or AEW.
R-Truth did show up, so we're good.
They're kind of on the both. They're just so different, Darren, that WWE is its own thing and so is AEW.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, Triple H is running things like Tony Khan, so it is starting to turn more into an AEW style of promotion. So, but as of right now, there's still different guys on the main roster and stuff in WWE. Yep. But give it a year, give it 2 years, and it'll be really close to the same, I think, if Triple H stays in charge. So it really just depends on what style of wrestling you like.
R-Truth doesn't like McDowell, so he's not really part of the Judgment Day. So I'm not sure if he'll help him out or not.
Well, he shouldn't, not McDowell, because McDowell isn't a member of the Judgment Day. After R-Truth beat him for his spot.
It's true. The song says on Martin Luther King Jr. birthday and his parade coming next Monday morning. Yeah. Raleigh says week. They're cool, them briefcases. You get them on WWE Shop. That's cool. Sure did. Chris says all the truth out there. He is. John says, are you guys AEW fans or are y'all seeing them like Jim Cornette sees them?
You know, probably the same as Jim Cornette or really close to the same as Jim Cornette.
Which is sad because that's happening the last 2 years that's happened.
But it is what it is. Like I said, and Triple H and Tony Khan run things exactly the same way.
Right.
I say it all the time. And so if you don't like AEW, you're not going to like WWE. Period. They used to be really different, but Triple H is definitely turning things around to be more AEW-ish.
Yeah.
They
he's
book
getting
things the
indie
same.
feel.
They both even have the surprise announcement. It's hilarious. But
Their main best guys they have are all tiny.
yeah, they definitely like the smaller guys, both of them. But I would say WWE is the better show, where AEW puts on the matches. But now that Triple H is in charge, it's more like Tony Khan matches. The matches are longer. Some of them they don't make sense, but they're still good. But they're longer now. If you remember back when Vince was running things, the matches were really short and there was a lot of talking. And Triple H is getting rid of that because a lot of the talent he likes doesn't talk very well. They can't cut promos. Like the women's tag team champions we just saw, they're not going to be cutting a lot of promos. And so they're cutting the promo time and enhancing the actual wrestling time. Or increasing, maybe not enhancing, but increasing.
Yeah.
So it really is just what you like. So if you're definitely an AEW fan, then you'll love the new WWE that's coming, that we're seeing it transform into.
Raleigh says, Top Dollar, not the surprise signing. I hope TNA, hope it's someone else. I was thinking Mustafa Ali going to TNA would be great in X Division.
Yeah, that could work. Our truth.
Raleigh also says, no offense to anyone, you can like all wrestling like me. I like TNA, AEW, WWE. AEW is wrestling, WWE storylines, entertainment. They're totally different. Not anymore.
It's getting close, though. I mean, the wrestling, the entertainment part of WWE is going down, and then the wrestling's coming up. Like I said, he is definitely following in Tony Khan's mold, which is fine. I mean, I've watched every episode of Dynamite since its inception.
Chris says, I just feel like why the fuck Tony Storm left WWE if all she was going to do is become timeless Tony. She literally could have done the same BS on WWE because it's silly comedy act.
Yeah, but she is world champion, and she wouldn't have been able to do that at the time where she was. She would now. Triple H would put a title on her now if she came back. But at the time, there was no way she was getting a title.
Raleigh says, facts. Yes. Facts. Facts. They're having a commercial break, by the way. Nobody was really winning. Just kidding. I have no idea if somebody was winning or not. I was watching it, but I didn't know if somebody was winning.
Winning?
Winning.
Winning? The football game?
No.
Michigan's crushing them.
The Miz and what's their faces?
Oh.
McDowell's.
You don't even need to watch matches until after the second commercial, unless it's short and there's only one commercial.
True.
So, but you got to wait for the first commercial before you even pay attention.
John says, I don't know. Triple H has been at the wheel for a while now, and I still see a lot of Vince's formula being used.
Yeah, it's going away. You're seeing it, though, slowly. Like, he's not just going to change everything overnight, but we just saw it on Friday. They brought in some guy with Butch, and then they made him beat the Pretty Boys from Britain.
Pretty Deadly.
Pretty Deadly. There you go.
Yeah.
Pretty Boys sound just as cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, who are also NXT. But you're seeing the NXT guys all over. And there were a lot of the guys that Vince had cut.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're seeing them back and on
And
TV.
somehow they're so much better.
And then you
Mr.
got
Spaghetti.
You got Johnny Spaghetti
know.
on on tonight. And Ciampa beat Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff just wouldn't have happened before. You wouldn't have saw anything like that.
Raleigh says, I like it. Bit OTT Tony Storm amazed if Tony Khan came up with that gimmick. Nope. I bet all Tony Storm idea.
And it could have been. Either way, she's doing fine. I think she's one of the most popular women over there.
Chris says at this point, LA Knight should return as Mr. Kennedy or Max Dupree.
Max Dupree, right? Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with LA Knight. He's kind of a tweener. He's too old to start over with, but he's too young to just job out. But I have a feeling that's what's going to start happening in the next year is that newness will wear off of him.
Yep.
And then he'll be less than the Miz, because the Miz is still gonna do pretty good. I would assume the Miz wins tonight, because of, however, a distraction or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good to see the Miz still on TV somehow. I honestly don't know how he does it. Because he just needs money or something. That's what it feels like to me.
Who?
Miz.
Mm.
Like, why are you still doing this? Like, they don't like you. You're not going to be champion.
Yeah, I
They
don't
put
know.
you in shitty storylines like this one. And if he loses, it's even worse.
And he's a good guy now, so it's weird.
Yeah, the babyface stuff.
Raleigh says lots of changes from Triple H. I'll go through some. 1, women used more. 2, longer women's matches. 3, people who are good and deserve a chance get a shot. Bronson Reed, Chad Gable, LA Knight, Nakamura. Do you agree?
So
They're not really getting chances. All they're getting is pushed on TV a lot. Bronson Reed should never be like IC champion.
well, of course, he's not that level. But
Chad Gable should have been pushed a long time ago. LA Knight the same, and Nakamura the same. Nakamura, they had a chance to
Nakamura's
make
world
Nakamura
champion.
fantastic, and he was world champion. And then they dropped the ball, and all they're doing is using him in a storyline to fuck up Cody Rhodes so that he doesn't have anything, because he's not a Triple H guy.
yeah, I have
Anybody who's not a Triple H guy, you're getting fucked. Even the women's division, it's the
at
same.
some point. But you're seeing the women's matches aren't happening, but they are longer if they happen.
But they're shitty. They're not talented matches.
Right, because he's using minor league type wrestlers in the women's division. These matches would be fantastic with the women if it was like Natalya versus Bayley. Where both women can do stuff. But what it is they put like 2 wrestlers like Katana Chance and the other one. And Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green's not talented. Katana's not talented. And so the matches, they have to slow them down. It's the same thing with Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler has no talent. And so when you see her in these matches, now granted, she needs to be there. I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm just saying that when she wrestles, if you ever pay attention, the matches, it just slows down to a crawl, and she literally has to talk her way with the other wrestler through the matches just to get step by step through it, so it makes sense. Because, and then the matches last longer, which is fine. Like, by the way, the men's matches are lasting a lot longer also.
Yeah.
I don't forget that part. You didn't mention that, which I like. I have not complained about that at all. It's just the talent that Triple H is trying to use.
Well, now, there is a complaint with the longer matches stuff. Because they do it like indie wrestling. So it's move, pause.
Not as bad.
Move, pause.
Yeah, you don't see it as bad as like AEW or TNA or something.
Right, but it used to not do that.
Well, yeah.
And now it does. With Triple H in charge, it does that now, and they never used to that. So they're implementing indie stuff that I feel shouldn't be there. Because if you can't, and it's not like they're getting the crowd involved during these pauses that they have.
Well,
So it's worthless. It's just a dumb pause.
WWE fans that pay for events aren't going to cheer after you do a cool move. They just don't.
Exactly.
That you're supposed to. That's what they're paying for, and they expect it. Where the indie fans, they actually come to see those moves. Where the WWE fan comes to see the show. And they expect anything that you do. That's expected. But yeah, I mean, I just wish that Triple H and Vince McMahon worked together. And I know Vince is way too busy running, the whole
But before
show.
he could have taken some of Triple H's
Right.
ideas. Because
I
it's not
wish-
that Triple H doesn't have good ideas.
Yeah,
Like the entrances.
Triple H is half good, right?
Like
he's
he
got
mentioned
entrances.
factions.
Factions, I love.
John mentioned
entrances, factions, longer matches, longer storylines,
Mm-hmm.
it's over, by the way. And I figured Miz would
Better
beat him.
win.
Anyways,
Yeah.
longer matches,
Go Miz!
longer storylines, and then on top of that, at some point they'll start adding the women. The only problem is Triple H is bringing in too many of these NXT women that aren't ready.
Yeah, they're not.
And so it brings the quality down.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then you get...
So basically, the only thing Vince was good at is the talent.
And then you
He
get...
saw talent, and he knows what people want to see.
Yeah.
And Triple H is almost better at everything else.
Yeah, and then you get crap championship. Stupidity crap.
Yeah, like
Io.
Io Sky. Io
For
Sky,
fuck's sake, who gives a...
terrible.
She can't talk to the crowd. She can't do anything. You can't put her on Good Morning America unless you have a Japanese interpreter there. You couldn't use
can't
her
put
as the face
title-
of the fucking women's division if you even tried.
You can't put the title on somebody that can't cut a promo. And that is a fault at Triple H. So, like I said, Triple H is really, really good at certain things.
And he's really good about participation trophies for people that don't deserve anything.
I don't know what she's talking about. But anyways, Triple H is really good at certain things, and Vince is very good at talent. And if it could just have Triple H in charge of everything and Vince in charge of just the wrestlers, the shit would be unstoppable. But that's not what we get.
No.
So we either have Vince running it, so you have great talent and no mid-card, because he had no mid-card. It was just there was like 12 guys that they used week after week.
Yeah.
And then you have Triple H, but then you don't have very good talent, but you have longer matches and a better everything else. I love entrances and I love factions. Factions are some of my favorite things from my childhood. The only thing that they haven't brought back that I wish they would do is factions with a manager.
And boobs.
Boobs? I mean, obviously they could bring back boobs. Boobs are always necessary, but no, bring back managers. Bobby the Brain Heenan and Slick Rick and what was the Japanese guy? Anyways, there was a Japanese guy that was really good. It'll come to me when I'm not thinking. He was the one-man gangs manager. Fuji. Mr. Fuji. And others.
As Chris said, Paul Ellering is back.
Paul Ellering is back, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Now, granted, he wasn't in the WWE. He was more NWA and WCW with the Road Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
But I know those guys ended up showing up on WWE TV. But that's not who the Road Warriors were. They weren't the WWE guys.
Right. Excuse me, Chris said, Chris had said earlier Nakamura should have been world champ and beat Seth. And Raleigh says, do you want to hear my 24-hour wrestling predictions? I've not told you yet. Of course. And John says, one thing I've seen more of since Triple H run is the factions, which I mentioned earlier, that's what John had said. And Raleigh says, one, Ricky Starks, Miro, Andrade will be in WWE Ring in 24.
I don't see Miro. But
I don't see Miro. Yeah, Ricky Starks, And we'll see about Andrade, what happens there.
No room for the Pebble on WWE TV.
Yeah. 2, Swerve will be AEW champ. I don't know about that.
No, man. I wish. I'm on your side there, but I don't.
We've tried to see him pushed, and then they just keep pushing him forward and then taking him 5 steps back. So I don't know how that's going to work out.
They'll make him feud with Keith Lee or something, and it's like, why are you going backwards?
Mm-hmm. 3, Cody will beat Roman Mania new champ.
Yeah, that one's getting harder and harder to think.
How are we going to see that when you've got The Rock now involved? Tell me.
Yeah, that one's a tough one for me also, just because they're bringing The Rock in for something, and I don't think Triple H likes Cody, and so I don't see that storyline ending the way it was going to when Vince was running it.
For AJ Lee, maybe Matt Cardona will be in Rumble.
They could bring him in. Obviously, his wife's in the company, which, Chelsea. But I don't know if they're bringing back Zack Ryder, right? And he's not going to come in as Matt Cardona, so he'll be Zack Ryder.
And AJ Lee,
And I don't see AJ.
I don't see AJ Lee coming back into this shithole women's division on WWE. My God, no. She's better off where she's at. She's doing some changes and doing things over there that are probably going to make a bigger difference than if she came back to WWE.
On WoW.
And I don't understand why her husband hasn't knocked her up yet and they don't have kids. 5, Jade Cargill will be a women's champ in 24. What you think, yes or no?
No. So the problem with that, I would say yes, other than there's a couple problems. And the main problem is Triple H has this thing that everybody has to hold the title for a year or so. And we're probably going to see 2 new champions at WrestleMania. Meaning, those are year-long things, and we're going to be a quarter of the way through the year. So Jade Cargill champion in 25, yes, I could see that. And that's if she can make it through the Triple H people. And I don't know if Triple H signed her or if Vince did right before he was done.
Mm-hmm.
And so Triple H she's not a Triple H man.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That would be my 2. But Triple H has this weird thing, and he did it in NXT. That's how you know what he will do. Is Shayna Baszler had the title for a year, and it's like, could you not see how shitty she was?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, oh, well, you don't look at the wrestling, you just look at the show. Oh, okay. So it's about outside stuff. That's what I always say. And then people will go, but do you see how good he is in the ring? And I was like, I thought we didn't care about in-ring stuff.
Yeah, we don't care about in-ring stuff.
So it's like, make up your mind. Which one are we caring about?
Yeah,
It's
what
like,
the fuck do you care about?
Just concentrate on what they're good at. And it's like, no. I have to hold them all to the same standard.
Yeah.
That's how I do it, at least. But you did see it. Asuka, undefeated for like a year and a half or whatever before she came up. Shayna Baszler had it forever. Rhea Ripley finally took it from her, but they were bringing Rhea Ripley up, so she couldn't have it for a year because she impressed everybody and she mattered. So they wanted to bring her up, and then Rackrod had it, and then they're like, we need to bring up Rackrod too, and then so I think they put it on EO, or EO had it in that time somewhere too. I don't remember exactly the order, but EO was champion at that time also with those girls. And it's like, why are they doing it for so long? Tiffany Stratton had it for a while, but Mandy Rose had it for a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's that same thing. And so that's the only reason with Jade is it's Triple H has this thing where everybody has to have the title for a year. And if you have 25 people, that's 25 years. Mm-hmm. You know, like some people just aren't going to be champion.
They shouldn't be. That's the point I make of it. Some of them should never be a champion.
Right.
But he wants to give everybody a participation trophy, so what does that do to the championship? He waters it down to make it nothing. And that's how I look at the championship that Io Sky has. It's garbage to me. That women's championship is putridly garbage. The SmackDown Women's Championship is garbage.
Yes.
It means absolutely fucking nothing. It means nothing.
Since Esther lost it, it hasn't been shit.
It just means absolutely nothing. To me. Well, I mean, half the time I forget that there's even a champion on there. Because it means absolutely nothing.
Well, and she's
it's
like
pathetic.
She's a B player on a team, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
they have a faction. But she's like a B player on that team. So it's like, how could she be world champion? But it's like, well, you know that's a Triple H thing.
Yep.
It's kind of like what
Oh,
they do.
you poor dear.
Well, we just saw it with Tony Khan with MJF. It's the same thing. He's like a B player that they don't even make it important that he was champion. And now Triple H is copying the same thing with Io. It's just not important that she's champion. We're like all waiting for her to lose it so we can move forward with the division. We got Seth in there right now.
Chris says, yep, and also the ring sizing conversation from last week. The crowd is involved in indies when they pause, but it doesn't work with thousands of people. No, it works like with 100 people, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's all. Just like NXT. That's why it works in NXT. That's why you guys are all excited. That's why you guys think these people are so great. And then they come up into where they have to be in front of hundreds of thousands of people, thousands upon thousands of people in the audience, and you get 20 of those people clapping for you, and then they feel bad about themselves, and they're like, I don't know if I can do this. And then Triple H goes, oh, you poor dear, and then says, get down on your knees, and I'll make sure you're a champion. Don't. I can say whatever I want.
I know, but it's just weird. It's like, it takes the weirdness.
Because it sometimes brings it into the point.
Except for it.
Oh, it doesn't?
You're making
Why else are they getting getting that chance?
Cool. You're making.
Why else are they getting that chance?
You're making a point in.
Where is the chance? Why else are they getting the chance? Why are they getting the chance?
You're
then?
making a
why?
You're making a point.
But why are they getting the chance?
You're making a point until you say the sexual stuff.
Why are they getting a chance then?
Because he likes them.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it's better if I say he likes them rather than Tegan no knees.
Right, but if you say that there are sexual things involved, then people are going to just tune you out and say, "Oh, she's just joking," and then your point is lost. You actually have a point. Just you don't have to have the sexual stuff at the end of it. Is all I'm saying. Because you had a point. It's true. Everything you said.
Raleigh says, what you think? Yes or no, chat, D. Travis. And Robbie says, do you tell them? And Raleigh says, geez, D, a bit savage about Io Sky. I think she's garbage. Sorry.
Oh, she's terrible.
I don't like
all you have to do is
any
watch.
of her wrestling stuff at all. I don't see where people think she's so fascinating and so amazing.
And it's because she didn't see her when she was thin and in shape and good. Now she's out of shape. And she's not very athletic anymore. So when we watch her now, today, she sucks. Because you never got to see her when she was in her prime. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Chris says, yep, lots of participation trophies. And John says, well, that's why Sky is with Bailey. Yeah, but they're kicking Bailey out. You can tell that they're completely ostracizing her from the group. They're literally putting a wedge and a wedge between that to push her away.
Song in wrestling right there.
Yes, gender. Chris says, well, Paul Ellering is back, as I mentioned earlier. And John says, just glad there isn't tons of belts like AEW.
There's
except for the fact that there's not very many belts, but they still have a problem in the men's tag team division where the belts are together. Why is that still a thing? Either fucking unify them and get it over with, or fucking separate them. Something has to happen. If I was a GM of one of those companies, Raw or SmackDown, I'd be like, fuck you, I want my own belts back. Give them back. Done.
Yeah.
Raleigh says Mr. Fuji Yokozuna manager.
Yeah, he was. That was later.
Chris says, but I can see the marquee lights of future Mania, Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. That probably is SummerSlam 25, maybe even Mania 26.
Yeah, it would be a ways down the road.
John says with Roman losing at the Rumble, it's going to be Champ Orton versus Cody, Champ Seth versus Punk, and Roman versus Rock for the head of the table, question mark?
No idea what's going to happen there.
Yeah, that's a hard one, right?
You can't have The Rock win, but you can't bring the Rock back and have him lose. They're stuck on that storyline. It really needs to not be for the title. So,
well, he's saying Roman losing at the Rumble. So it's going to be Champ Orton versus Cody, Champ Seth versus Punk, and Roman versus Rock.
No.
Raleigh says, thanks for bearing my predictions. LOL. Different wrestling fans, different opinions. I think Bianca new champ beats IOH, and then Jade beats Bianca. Wait and see. Why do we need that? Why? I think they should keep Jade far. No, I think they should keep Jade far away from Bianca. Let's keep them apart. They don't need to fight each other. Why? The only shitty part about the women's division now is you don't have that extra woman of Charlotte out there. Chris says, yep, at this point she should have gave Shotzi the title instead of her losing to Ronda, especially when Liv had it. Yep, like with Trick, everyone is saying, whoop that Trick. I don't know if it can work within a whole arena. Raleigh says also, please, Triple H, split up Bayley from Damage Control. Bayley babyface, everyone loves her. Why are we waiting 6 months? So far, she's still in Damage Control. Oh my god, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
And Chris is very excited about Jinder interrupting Rollins. Jinder going off on Seth. Well, he has to do it to somebody, I guess.
I mean, it's just great to see Jinder on TV. Period. And he's had his entrance music on 2 weeks in a row.
Ginger's like, well, somebody had to interrupt you because I got interrupted by that dipshit that came on last week.
Yeah, the head of the table. You're right. Yeah, because you have balls.
Chris said that Seth's balls are in a vice by Becky.
Yeah.
John says no, Hill Bailey is better than Face Bailey. I agree.
Yeah, I like her as a heel.
I like Bailey as a heel way better than I did as a face.
But I almost like everybody as a heel better, so.
Not all of them, but yeah. There's some of them that can't pull it off very well. Chris says Jinder versus Christian Cage promo battle would be epic. John says love it when Bailey takes shots at Cole. Right? And she was doing that a lot.
Yeah, they already are. It's his entrance music. Yeah. Take a swing, Jinder. Where's Jinder's voice?
Maybe he didn't need him this time. Chris is like, fuck yeah, beat up Rollins. Beat him up!
Kick his ass.
Stop him!
The modern day Maharaja.
Raleigh says Jinder Mahal as champ was awful in 17. 19 was it? I don't know if I want to remember what was that all about.
You know, I loved it because I like Jinder, but Brock didn't want to wrestle him, and so they had to drop the title to what's his name, AJ Styles, which irritated me. It took me about 2 years to come back around to AJ Styles. That was that move pissed me off. I didn't know at the time it was because Brock, though. If I would have known Brock didn't want to do it, I might have been a little bit easier on AJ.
Now, question, is it because Brock didn't want to make him look bad? Like,
know.
is that why he didn't want to wrestle
honest,
Jinder? Because he liked him and didn't want him to look bad?
He probably just didn't think he was a very good wrestler.
Oh,
and he
that
wanted to
could
have a better
maybe.
match.
I just was wondering which way it went
Right.
with it, you know? I mean, because I think that would kind of make me, like, decide which side I'd be like, it's kind of pathetic, dude. I don't know. It's kind of like what they do to Bobby Lashley. I hate what they do to Bobby all the time. They fuck that poor guy over. I don't know how many times they've screwed that guy over for being... So you want to talk about somebody they should have pushed and be a champion and been a champion for over a year? Bobby Lashley should have been that person. Fuck yeah.
I don't know
WWE.
I don't know what happens in the back, you know? But I feel the same way, but I don't know what's happening.
I know. But
And
still.
so maybe Bobby doesn't want to be a world champion.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe it's a lot of pressure. I know that in the old days, Ric Flair was supposed to drop the title to Lex Luger.
Mm-hmm.
And they had it planned out. I mean, they tell him like 300 days, 200 days in advance.
Yeah, wasn't he the one that said he didn't want it?
He's like, man, I just don't want it. I like, is there any way we can do it some other way? And they're like, this has been planned. And he's in the locker room throwing up. Because he's got to be champion at the end of the night. And he's like, I can't do it. And the Ric's like, I'll help you, like, we'll figure it out. I'll show you what to do. Like, I can work with you. I'm here. And so Ric dropped it to him, but then worked with him through it.
Right.
Because he was, like, sick. And so, if people can't handle it.
Chris says, but it was funny because in a promo back then, Jinder said to Brock in a promo, I'm your worst nightmare. I had my drink. I spilled out of my mouth when he said that.
Oh, yeah.
John says, yo, Jinder is perfect right now with WWE dealing with a plethora of faces at the moment. Yeah, they really do need those bad guys. Like good bad guys.
100%. It's effing nuts. Or it's knuck and futz.
It's knuck and futz.
If you guys post about this, I'll probably sue. That's high praise. Good deal. Anyways, we are at a commercial break. Keep bringing up stuff, guys. We'll talk.
Right? John Smith Ginger is one of my favorite heels. Nice.
Yeah, Jinder's one of my favorite guys, period. He's just what a world champion should look like.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Raleigh.
big, strong, fast, not very coordinated, and he doesn't have a lot of moves, but who gives a shit?
And he's Canadian.
And he's Canadian.
Raleigh says, who you got winning Women's Rumble? I've got either CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Bianca, Jade Cargill, Becky, Bayley. Women's is tougher to protect.
Yeah, women's to me is Nia. I don't see her not winning that. And then men's is probably Punk, because I think if everything's going the way it's supposed to, Punk will wrestle Rollins at Mania Night 1 main event. And so in order to make that happen, Punk has to win the Rumble. So if Punk's going to be in the Rumble, he's going to win the Rumble. If he's not going to be in the Rumble, he's not going to win the Rumble, obviously. But I have a feeling he will win the Rumble. And then Cody will get eliminated by Solo or Jimmy or Jay or Roman somehow. Anyways, bloodline related, which will push the bloodline storyline if they go that route.
Mm-hmm.
But
if that's a big if.
That's just if they decide to switch tracks and bring The Rock in to bring the ratings up, because they might want to bring in The Rock for ratings because the ratings might be lower and they want to sell more tickets. And if they can put The Rock on the billboard, the best way to do it is bring Rock in to do that match, but you still have Cody win, and so it looks like it's going to be all whatever, you know? And then The Rock is on Roman's side, but you don't know it. And then it all happens. And then the match, it's 2-on-1, and Cody gets his ass kicked. And then Roman walks out as champion. And it's because The Rock helps him, like literally walks him through it.
Right.
And then that way, The Rock passes on the torch to Roman, or however you want to word it. Gives him the head of the table.
Right.
And then leaves as the bad guy, and it'll work. Because who cares if he's a good guy or a bad guy? Next time he comes back, the crowd's going to pop.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be for a year, 2, 3.
True.
So
he might be in crutches by then.
Just have him come in,
Walker.
hand Roman the shit, and then Roman retires, because that is the rumor, right? That Roman's going to retire after WrestleMania. And then he retires, leaves the belts, or he goes on to break Hulk Hogan's record. So dumb to say, because it's not. It's a 2-belt era. It shouldn't even count.
Chris says, I'm sure Liv or Nia, men's Punk or Cody, and Raleigh says Nia. Oh no. And Chris says, I just hope they make Gunther look impressive again, like maybe this time have Gunther take out like 15 guys. Raleigh says, I hope a returning Liv Morgan as Alexa Bliss win, but I'm just saying that because they're my faves, but they're not going to win. Bliss probably won't be there for sure, but
I see.
I mean, Liv will probably be in it. I'm pretty sure she's going to get punished, though. Brandon's like, Cora Jade, marry Brandon Stevens.
Yeah, get married, buddy.
Yeah.
This match came about earlier today, and this is how.
Oh my god. Poor, what's his face? Tozawa. He's just like, you're scary. Chris says, hey, it's a celebration, Brandon. Cora left Braun. Yeah, you got a real good chance now.
Yeah, it's wide open. Cora left Braun, or Braun left Cora? Was it because he's a weirdo, or was there more to it? Has he not learned his lesson?
No lesson.
All right, there's the bell.
Two guys.
Where's the beef? You asked for it, and here it is. Oh, yeah. Otis and Ivar. They probably eat exactly the same. Just rip chickens apart. You know, that Viking lifestyle.
Yes.
Into the ropes. Misses with the clothesline.
Do you just,
get all
like,
that weight. Oh, God. Ivar almost fell down.
Do you just, like, rip their heads off and just eat them?
Oh.
Like, the blood, you're just like,
You go to Costco and open the thing and then eat it.
Just right in the middle of Costco.
That's how they do
I'm
it.
a Viking, bitches!
And they're like, oh my God, it's Costco. Big man style. There's so much big man-ness. They're so big.
Chris says, it's because Cora is in love with Punk and Braun got jelly. Chris,
Jellyfish.
so that's why. Raleigh says, I like to see what legends, as they say, come through the curtain every year. Michelle McCool always looks good. And badass.
Tori
and Beth
Wilson.
Phoenix can still go. Surprised she's free agent and not at AEW.
Don't want to see her there. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
That was kind of crazy.
Caught him.
He did catch him. That was crazy.
It's going to give him a hemia.
Hemia?
Yeah, well, it's like a hernia, but it's for a man.
Oh.
A hemia.
Because it can't be a hernia.
Well, he can't have a hernia. That's a dude.
Why not? That'd be great.
3:30. Look at this. Power bomb. Sit down power bomb. Otis. Somehow he got that shoulder up.
Oh no, he broke his shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, come on, big guy, get up. Let's go at it again.
Oh! Cartwheel.
He's like, somersault. I can't do cartwheels anymore. I'm too big again.
Otis
Okay.
ripped his shirt off.
Oh no. Raleigh says, I put Beth on comms at AEW. She was good in NXT. Commentator. Chris says, who is best big man? Travis. Like Bam Bam Bigelow, One Man Gang, Great Khali, Big Show, Andre. They are always necessary to have in the business. They don't
100.
always have to be world champ.
100%. Need the big men. It brings new eyes. It brings fan excitement. Everybody loves to see something special.
Who is the best big man?
Right now?
No, he just says, who is the best big man? Like
Oh,
Bam Bam
all
Bigelow,
time?
One Man Gang, Great.
Obviously, it's got to be Bigelow for movement, but Andre for leg is like just he's the greatest. If you're really going to count Andre, because Andre is in a different era.
Right. Robbie says, any reason why this match is so slow? I wonder. I wonder
800-pound
what it could
dude.
be. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something about it.
Poor Daphne's like, well, I'm not getting my nose stuck in this, so whatever.
Raleigh says, loving the flashing lights, guys. They look cool. I want some Amazon guessing.
No! Got them from Team U. But
Raleigh says, Bam Bam Bigelow, one of the best big men I've seen in the ring.
yeah, absolutely. I also like Vader. So I kind of wish they would do Piper Niven if they would just take her off TV like they did. I don't want to see them do it again because you don't want to see her not wrestle. But
Okay.
I want to see them take her off TV in the past and turn her into Vader. Whether it's like a experiment gone wrong or whatever. I want her to come out in that fucking headgear that shoots, you know, the smoke out of it. I just want her, or the shoulder pads with the headgear. Just, I want her to be Vader when she comes out. Like, she just comes out, she sets it down at the ring. She just looks like him. She's got the mask on, the whole thing, but she's the female version of Vader, obviously. And why are they putting Ivar over Otis?
I have no
This
idea.
is dumb to me. I think you should go to a different company since your dude's not coming back with a broken neck. kind of a dick when it comes to that stuff. Because Ivar isn't good.
Raleigh says Bam Bam Bigelow, one of the best big men I've seen in the ring. Chris says the problem is Yokozuna was always at the head of the table and didn't leave any room for anyone. LOL.
Yeah.
Raleigh says I started watching wrestling in 1990. Bam Bam and Big Boss Man were good in the ring in 90s. Big Bill does Boss Man spinning side suplex. Looks awesome. I've never seen any wrestler do that. Have you?
Yeah, no. I mean, you don't
They
see
have
it
to
very
blur.
often.
Is his shirt blurred or is it like
I can't
that
see
way
it.
on purpose?
I'd have to see it. The year of the new yeet. I think it's just that way.
That's so
It says yeet.
right. But it's like
See,
blurred.
Bronson Reed I would put as the best modern day in the WWE. Except for he doesn't have the height.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he needs like 3 more inches.
Something. I mean, if Jey Uso's taller than you, you have a problem.
That's what I'm getting at. He needs to be at least 6 foot.
He's pretending to be 6 foot though. I mean, that's his build.
He's-
His supposedly his build height or whatever.
He's like
but
5'8", but yeah.
he doesn't really look 6 foot.
Big Boy famous. Do you remember the Big Boy?
The big boy? Oh, you mean from like the grocery
parking.
store? The
Oh, no.
not the grocery store, the restaurant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We used to have one of those.
Back in the day. And then that was like the Dims went after it for child labor laws. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever.
That is pretty funny because, like, he could have just been a little person. They're like taking jobs away from little people.
Well, they've always been after that. That's why they didn't want to do something else that just came up. Something with dwarves. Oh, Snow White. They didn't want to do it with dwarves.
Because they deserve to.
They just don't like dwarves.
Yeah, I've noticed. They don't want people to have lives and pay for their stuff. Riley says, best big guy at moment in wrestling in the ring, Ivar. Brian Cage, Ivar, moonsault, impressive.
I don't consider Brian Cage a big man. He's just muscly.
Chris says, but I'm telling you, Travis, in NXT, that Oba Femi guy, he's Nigerian. He's also athletic. He is on track to be best big man in WWE this era. He's like an athletic version of a Moss.
Yeah, I'll have to check him out. I don't know why I've never seen him. I guess
Probably
I just
'cause you
haven't
haven't
been
been
watching
watching
for about
NXT.
3 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think Travis has watched NXT for a minute. It's been kind of a weird. It's the holidays and stuff. Difference.
Pause and asks.
Pause and ask?
Asked.
Asked. We're just in a commercial break, guys.
Yeah.
It's almost time for the main event.
Holy crap, that last hour went by pretty quick.
Not too bad.
Well, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. It's 22. A little tappy tap.
Well, it was charging, and then I looked at it, and it hadn't been charging for like an hour and a half.
Is it now?
Yeah, that's why I keep checking it. Chris says, yeah, he debuted during this year's breakout tournament.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think I watched that. Does my son have basketball at 3?
What?
What?
What basketball?
She said, does my son have basketball at 3? Yeah. Getting airborne.
John says, do you guys know who's up to feud with Samoa Joe? Adam Cole.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously they're going to do something with Wardlow. At least they talked about it. we don't know if that's actually going to happen anytime soon. But Adam Cole said that Wardlow's going to go get the championship, and then when it's time, he's going to give it to Adam Cole. He's going to do the right thing and forfeit it to Adam Cole, baby. Which is the right thing. If
Is it the right thing?
If you're into doing the right thing. And I'm not saying they are.
Next week, you've got his weirdo guys against the other weirdos. That's good.
Yeah.
Good match right there, I guess.
So Gunther will be back. It's about time, lazy bastard. It is now a street fight.
Street fight! Street fight! Street fight! Street fight! Rally says, quick one. Best top women in the ring right now, all wrestling. 1, Serena Deeb. 2, Thunder Rosa. 3, Athena. 4, Charlotte before injury. Don't shout at me. Not in order, maybe. That's your best top women, huh?
Yeah.
Like a lot of those indies girls, huh?
I feel like Bailey's the best in the world, and then everybody else is 3 steps behind.
Yeah. I'd say Bailey and then like Natalia, because her ring work is always really good.
Yeah, well, she's like a trainer for it.
That's what I mean, though. That's how she is. Like, that's why I said you gotta put her in there because, you know, she may never get like really good stuff from it, but she actually is really good in the ring.
Right. I definitely don't look at women's in-ring work when I'm doing that stuff. I like promos, at what they look like, and then if they can carry a match. And so somebody like Thunder Rosa, you know, because she's got 2 of the 3. She doesn't do very good promos, but she looks okay.
Yeah, she doesn't do very good promos just because that's probably her second language, and so it's hard. And I get that, right? I mean, I give them the benefit of the doubt. Like Nakamura is his second language. Io Sky is her second language. Asuka is her second language. You know, but after a while, either you put somebody with them that's a possibility that can just promo work for them, like as a manager that can talk, or don't put championships on them.
It's very
or
easy.
doing this stuff with Nakamura is perfect, right? Because he can sit there and he's like, he can talk in Japanese, your vomit, yours whatever. And he can say these things and they can do, you know, closed captioning for it. And
just can't do it live. But why not do video packages for these Japanese stars?
Yeah.
It's perfect. Like, just have Io Sky do the same thing. If you're going to have her as champion, make her talk and put it on there. Same with Asuka. Like, just, I do like and I don't like that they put the Japanese girls all together. But in one way, they could just do a manager.
Right.
But what I would want to see as a manager, and I don't know if she exists in wrestling, she exists in the world, but she doesn't exist in wrestling that I'm aware of, is a Japanese speaker that can tear it down when she talks.
True.
Like
exactly.
in English.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if there's a girl that is of Japanese descent that could just tear it down. Like, just come out and be fire. Like Bliss in her prime. Charlotte now. That would, then you put her as their mouthpiece. I don't care how big she is or small she is. That's the perfect mouthpiece. I don't even care if she's a wrestler. She could be an actress, for fuck's sake. I don't care.
No, that's true.
Bring her in and fire. Obviously, she has to understand Japanese also.
Chris says, yeah, Serena Deeb is best technical wrestler, probably behind Natalia. John says, Riho.
No, Riho's not. She's not technical.
Riho's cute and fun to watch. That's about it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Deeb, but I
like Riho.
I wouldn't put Serena Deeb above Bailey. There's no way. But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with what she does. I like Serena Deeb.
Raleigh says, looks like I forgot 2 wrestlers, Natty and Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey's the shit. Bailey's on, like, another level when she's wrestling. And I'm just talking in-ring work.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm talking about working with another woman and making that other woman look good. Because that's what counts. You can be the best wrestler in the world, but if you don't make your opponent look good, your matches aren't great. right? Like, that's not just me talking out my
no,
ass.
it's not.
Like, you have to make your opponent look
Good too. That's why everybody thought that what's her face was so good.
Naomi?
Yeah.
That's
That's why
Bayley.
everybody thought Naomi was so good, because she had that match with Bayley and it was a phenomenal match. And then Naomi had to have a match with somebody else and she sucked asshole.
Oh.
And then she never really was good. Like, you would get her in other matches, like, what the fuck is wrong with her? She's having an off night. Didn't she continue to have off nights? And then continued and continued and continued and continued. And it's just like, oh my God. And I get it, you guys, whatever. Oh, they're champions in these other promotions. I'm like, that's an indie promotion that's like way down on the level of stuff.
All I know is if an indie wrestler wrestles good, it's awesome, because you can tell. I watch AEW, and when I watch those women's matches, you can tell they're not good. Like, they're not great performers, and you could see it. And you, like, what's her name? She was the television champion for a while, just barely. She just lost it. The alien.
Oh yeah, Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander. She's not that good. I was watching her and somebody else wrestle like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, what the fuck? Why does this look so botchy? And it might not be her fault, but it is, because you have to be able to carry both of you. If you're good, you're going to carry both of you. John Cena could wrestle a plastic sack. Kenny Omega can wrestle a fucking blow-up doll.
And he did.
And he has. Kenny Omega's wrestled a little child, like a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she was doing like Hurricane Ranas and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can do it, but for the women, it's a little bit harder. Maybe because they can't carry the weight of the other woman.
Right.
Obviously, if you're wrestling on a child, you can make it look good because you can carry their weight. Or a blow-up doll.
Right. True.
I want to see him wrestle like a rescue doll for the fire department. That might be a little harder, right?
Right, because it's a little heavy.
Yeah.
Raleigh says, agree, Travis, about Bayley. She's awesome. Ayla says, hey. And John Smith says, would it be a shock if Rock came back to put Roman over, or does he have to win?
No, he doesn't, and he shouldn't win.
He shouldn't win.
If he comes back, he needs to lose to put The Rock over, to put Roman over, because it doesn't make any sense for him to come and win. But in reality, he is the head of the table.
Mm-hmm.
And so he should win for that reason, because he just is. But at the same time, in the wrestling world, he's not. And therefore, Roman needs to be. Now, if The Rock was coming and staying for 5 years or something, hell yeah, he needs to win and be the head of the table. And then Roman needs to stay there with him and work with him.
Mm-hmm.
But he needs to lose, get up, and Rock gives him props, and then they're together.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not doing that. The Rock's not going to say, okay, I'm not going to make, $100 million a year anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and make my $20 million a year from wrestling.
Right.
No side projects.
Right, exactly.
I'm going to go beat the shit out of my body for 5 more years. Maybe even do some house shows. That's not happening.
Yeah. Like, I know you guys want it, but just no. No.
He can literally do a movie where all he does is talk and joke, use his talents that he's very good at, and
pretend to do some
And when
stunts.
something happens, he just has a stuntman. By the way, he does have a stuntman that lifts weights with him and looks like him body-wise that he uses all the fucking time. Because you can't do stunts in Hollywood anymore, your own, unless you're Tom Cruise, because he pays for his own insurance.
Yeah, he pays for his own liability
But nobody
insurance.
else does that because it shuts down movies for a while. Speaking of, The Rock tore his abdomen against John Cena. He felt it pop. He reached down there and felt his guts outside of his pants, basically. When he stuck his hand down there, he could feel his guts.
Yep.
And he obviously lost and then had
He
to
had like
walk up.
5 hernias or some shit.
Like, so he's
during that match. He literally, his guts fell out of himself.
That's tough.
And that's kind of stuff you have to be really careful, especially since he's getting older. See, and that's where you have to come into play. Like, you guys are all like, oh, I look so good. He's an old-ass man. I don't care how good a shape he's in. He's still an old man. He's still, in the sense of any kind of sports stuff, he's an old man.
Oh, he's old for sports.
For sports of any kind, whether it's wrestling, entertainment sports, or whatever you want to call it, he's old. And you have to be a lot more careful when you're old with your body, especially if he wants to do anything else with it later on.
And the type of lifting he does isn't optimal for wrestling.
No.
It's Hollywood muscles, right?
Yep.
Gym muscles. Although he was an athlete. I'm not taking anything away from what he's done.
But The Rock now, compared to when he was in his prime as a WWE superstar, it's completely different body.
He looks different.
Completely different body, completely different way he has his muscles, everything's completely different.
He wants to look good on camera.
That's it. Yep.
So he does different things.
Yeah. Chris said earlier, yeah, Willow is carrying Statlander. You know, and what's even worse about that is Willow is the botch queen who will hurt you.
Yeah, she's bad too.
She's not very good
But
either.
anyways, yeah, I think that was the match.
I think it was too.
And it was just like, why is this happening? Why are they stutter stepping? Why are they...
Yeah, it was bad.
And it's like... And I'm not saying that's even indie. It's just I consider them indie wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them aren't. Like, Thunder Rosa doesn't do that. Serena Deep didn't do that. Britt Baker doesn't do that. Sheeta doesn't do that.
No.
But some of them do.
Yep.
And there's quite a few of them that do.
Ayla says, I have gotten in a fight with a Walmart grocery bag before. They're tough. Don't underestimate them. That's true. They are tough.
Seriously, they used to run up and down the road. And my
Scare
dogs would
dogs,
get
oh,
mad
man.
at them.
Chris says, hello in Roman's eyes. He's putting a rock over. That's funny. That's too funny. We're finally getting Cody coming down to the ring. It took like 10 minutes, but it's happening.
With a black belt. That's weird, huh?
Yeah.
Usually white. All Americans get a little devil in him.
Mm-hmm. Ayla says, yeah, they're beautiful in the wind, though. Stop it. Stop.
Whoa!
American Beauty.
Yeah. Should we do some laughter?
Yes.
I don't know what's happening. I should be able to run an out on here into a box that looks just like this one. And then from that one into this one. And then we can hear.
Oh.
You'll just want to turn it down so you don't hear us talking.
Right.
Because we're delayed.
Right. Ayla says, yeah, they're beautiful in the window. And John Ferdinand in the chat, hey, Ferdinand says, sup.
Sup.
Ayla says, at least that one guy in that movie, though, thought so. I don't know. They're all right.
Whoa. Hello. Oh. So, on this one, it doesn't do the whole show. So you can put that in there.
What do you mean it doesn't do the whole show?
I mean, you can still hear us talking. But it's not playing through here, but you can hear me. This is what this stuff sounds like. All right, everybody at home, you're going to hear some noises. Here's the laughter. Gross.
I love it. You guys are so great.
And I think that one. You hear the baby voice. It's pretty funny.
And then you just talk like a baby, like I'm Liv Morgan on baby face. Bing, 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 your mouth crying.
Ayla says, I haven't started your paintings yet. I just went to the lobby of Hobby to get some paint, so I'll get going soon. You're fine.
What are you making?
What?
What?
I'm not making anything. Ayla's making me paintings for every month. Well, 11. I already have my witch one.
You just want one for every month.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it? Put it at work on a
Yeah,
stand?
so I can, like, change them out.
The January one? What's that one?
I don't know. I told her she could just come
Just
up
a
with...
picture of me?
Just come up with whatever for each month. Whether she wants to do it season themed or if she wants to do it, like, holiday theme or whatever. I gave her pretty much free reign.
September, you could do like deer hunting and have it hung up and gutted.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Blood everywhere. Why not? I mean, perks. Ravi says, oh, that music is so funny. Ayla says, love that voice, Travis. And Ravi says, just splatter paint on a canvas and you will be happy with that. And it was like, I was thinking I'd do some seasons and some just random. That works. Whatever you decide.
Just paint some happy trees. Some happy trees.
Happy trees.
Good
Happy trees.
Oh, look, did you see him riding his broomstick?
I saw that broom. It was amazing.
It's awesome. This is a Nimbus. The original Nimbus, not the 2000.
Not the 2000, just the original?
Just the Nimbus.
Yeah.
It was literally 2,000 years before that one.
2,000 years? Damn.
Yeah.
It's an old-ass broom.
The Nimbus 1.
One.
The 1. Whoa! Come on, Cody! He's got a kendo stick. He's gonna beat somebody's ash.
Who says that? Is it going to be Cody's ash?
Maybe it might be his own.
Hmm.
He's gonna turn it sideways and stick it up his candy ass.
That's not good.
That's what
sounds
The Rock
terrifying.
says.
Oh. My. It was like I was going to start this weekend, but with Jace passing, I wasn't in the mood. But I can probably start tomorrow. There's no rush.
Make it all dark and almond.
You can do that
Your
too.
January one, like
All death, and, which is fine. I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't care if that makes sense.
I don't care, but I care.
Well, I don't know.
He doesn't even have a mustache. Libbity bibbity.
He puts a mustache on himself, though.
Yeah, sideways.
Anyway. Chris says, I hope Sonya Deville returns to Rumble. Maybe, yeah.
Me too. I want to see Sonya back. Some Liv. Some skanky outfit. What else?
The outfit.
Liv.
Ayla says, there's only 4 seasons in a year. Well, not Idaho, but you know. Yeah, there's like 10 here. Ayla says, sad.
Are you talking about second
crying in the
winner or
shower
third
currently.
winner? Because there is a second winner. Third winner sometimes.
John says, Sasha returning at the Rumble? Nah, Sasha's supposedly going to
see that
AEW. That's what we've heard.
Wait till Vince buys AEW with Endeavor or whatever. And they're like... Can you imagine all those wrestlers, how pissed they would be? It's like, well, don't worry about it. I don't run it. I just buy the shit.
Yeah.
I give that one to my son.
Alyssa kidding. I am sad, but I'm not in the shower. Oh, I thought you were in the shower hanging out with us. Chris says, and also want to see Shotzi back with the green long hair or bring her red hair like Indies. John says Naomi returning at the Rumble. I know she's over on TNA, right? Thought she was like a champion somewhere for a minute.
Well, she was a champion in TNA. I would assume she still is, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't watch those. I have no idea.
I don't know enough about her.
What you doing?
Minding my own business.
Cool. Minding my own business now.
Just kidding. I was just transferring my phone pictures onto my computer.
It says my phone is water resistant though. Chris says if Vince buys AEW, I wonder if Tony Khan will be on on-screen character like Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman. No. I doubt it.
You know, it's funny because Vince could buy it and Tony might not even know, which would even be funnier if they did it on air.
Surprise!
Because he'd buy it from Chad, which is Tony's dad, because he's the one that owns it.
Mm-hmm.
Buy it behind closed doors, and then he just shows up.
Yep.
And then Tony's out there and he's like, "You're fired."
Right.
Why do they push so far back? Oh my god.
So they're not in the way.
My guy. Look at Cody. Cody's turning into quite the heel, isn't he?
Ooh, look at him go after Nakamura.
And he wore a black belt.
A black belt.
If you wear a black belt, you're automatically a heel. Like Spike from Buffy. Anybody watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer out there? Any Buffy fans? Anybody know of this lady named Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
It says, well, I wanted to stop by and say hi. I'm leaving now, bedtime. Well, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Go to bed. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
So if you have a false count anywhere street fight, the only way to win is a submission and pin. You do it in the ring the whole time?
No. I don't know.
No.
They were outside of it for a
I
minute.
feel like you take them into the bathroom and put them in a urinal.
Ew.
Yeah.
Give them a swirly in the
Yeah.
dirty locker room
Right in the janitor closet.
poop whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
The poop toilet.
Flush the toilet, their hair gets stuck in the drain. It's all shit.
Chris says that Vince buys AEW and bringing Jericho has a sex celebration in the middle of the ring and then bring Kylie Ray and make her apologize to Jericho. Okay.
Live on the air.
Brawley says, can I say this? Most annoying people in wrestling at moment. 1, Vince Russo. 2, Jim Cornette. Nia Jax. Don Callis. Excalibur. Annoying commentary. That's it. I can say that.
I'm with you on Excalibur 100%.
Oh, yeah. His commentary
I
is
don't
terrible.
listen to the first 2 you named. Every once in a while I'll hear something from Bischoff or whatever, but I don't listen to Cornette. To be honest, I don't even know how to listen to him. Does he have a podcast, or is it just a YouTube channel, or is it something you pay for, like a content thing? Well, that sucks. Michigan just scored again.
Oh, man. Those Washington people look really
They had it
upset
within
about
7, but then Michigan just scored, so now it's 14, or will be 14.
Chris says Cornette has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind to see Cornette back in WWE as a manager with his tennis racket and the whole shebang. I don't know if he could still get it done like he used to in the old days, but there's not very many men on the mic that can talk better than him.
Jim Cornette?
Yeah, he would probably be better than Paul Heyman. I mean, he was better than Paul Heyman in the day when Paulie Dangerously was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Cornette was better. And I would assume he can still get it done at that level. I'll have to play you some of his shit. Like, he's like Ric Flair level. He's something else. And it would be awesome to see him. He introduced the Road... No, it wasn't the Road Warriors. It was the Rock and Roll Express into the Hall of Fame. So he was on WWE TV a few years ago. And it was like, holy shit. I didn't think Cornette would show up.
Rowley says, he is awful. Jim Cornette has a free podcast and buries AEW every week on it. Reviews Dynamite. He hates Omega, Moxley, Hangman, most wrestlers. Cornette, Chris says Cornette did say he would manage FTR.
Yeah. You know, and it's because I get it. I get the appeal of the FTR if you watched wrestling in the 80s. Because that's what they are. They're trying to be the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Ole Anderson and the other Anderson. I can't even remember what his name was. It was before Iron Anderson. Why can't I think of his name? Anyway, Gary? Anyways, I can't remember his name. But they were the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, and that's who they are. You know, that's who they're trying to be, the FTR. Never really been an FTR fan. I liked him in WWE for a minute when they came up, because I didn't like the Usos at the time. And so I was like, okay, somebody's finally going to beat the Usos. And they did. You know, they beat them a few times. They were called something else, though. Revolt or something. What was their names? The Revolt or the Reckoning? They were something. FTR stands for, like, Free the Revolution, Free the Revolt, Free the...
I can't remember. It's been so long since they've said it. 3 years, basically.
4, I think.
John says, corny for president. Chris says Dory Funk Jr. was awesome as champ. I only realized that that's what JBL was trying to be back in the day on SmackDown.
That's funny. Yeah, Dory Funk was the shit. And there again is because Terry didn't want it. Terry didn't want that kind of responsibility to have to carry a whole company. And Dory was all over it. Dory was fantastic at it. You know, that was just a different group of guys. Those Texas guys, all of them, they were nutbags. All of them. They're the whole gang of Texas guys. That includes the Von Erichs, anybody from Texas that wrestled in those old days. They were different. Dusty Rhodes, they were all different.
Right.
Like, when I say different, I mean a little loopy, a little crazy.
Oh, God. He got sprayed in the face.
Yeah, and Cody's somehow worried about it.
Oh, man. Raleigh says, have you seen them AEW tag team or what they called with the mullets and 80s wrestling gear flashback vibes going on when they I forgot their name.
Well, the only ones I can think of are Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman. But Brian Pillman's in NXT now, so that's the only ones I could think of that had the mullets and that were the 80s guys. If that's who you're talking about. Was it about a year ago? What were they called? The Varsity Blondes? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Chris says the revival.
The Revival. That's it. For the
Sean
Revival.
is in the chat. Hey, Sean says, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Do you think we should have LA Knight a hell? What? What?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Here. Not exactly LA Knights, but it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what you said. Why do you want LA Knight to go to hell? It's because you hate him. Are you watching wrestling or your videos?
I'm watching wrestling and videos.
Are you listening to videos or wrestling?
Listening to videos.
Oh.
Chris says, yeah, they are the jobbers. They are like 80s in AEW recently. They are called the something runners, Blade Runners.
I don't know if I can remember them. Are they just on Collision and Rampage? Because I watched Dynamite, but I don't watch the other two.
Sean says Bray Wyatt died. Was exited.
He did die. He's a dead man. It's too bad. He was one of my favorites. He's my modern day favorite. Now I got to go back to the modern day Maharaja, which doesn't wrestle, so
Right.
I'm screwed. I have no favorites. They need to get Jade Cargill going. Get her on the horse. It's WrestleMania season. Might as well get her going.
Right. I mean, they do have her out in the public doing stuff. I don't know if they still are, but
Get a nice lather on her, you know, since she's a stallion. And just make her shine.
shine.
And put the company on her back and see how far she can run with it. She might thrive. Just saying. Is she that bitch? We take care of our cars before you take them home.
Do they?
That's what they said. This old typhoon can't be true.
People are making fun. That's funny.
Hilarious. All right, well, we do have a commercial break.
It's been a commercial break for like 10 minutes.
Got about 10 minutes left of the show. So Cody's going to be winning here anytime.
Oh, Sean says Bray Wyatt died was exciting.
You liked his death? Is that what you're saying?
Or
you liked that he was exciting and you're sad that he died?
Chris says, yeah, they're called the Outrunners. They're an 80s gimmick.
Huh. Well, that's cool.
Sean says, Chris, were you happy when Bray died?
I don't think people get happy when people die unless you're
Well, you know.
a wackadoodle, maybe.
I get happy when some people die.
Really? Holy shit, I've never been happy this
Certain
long.
people. I'd be okay with
I've
And
never,
happy about it.
I've never hated anybody because that would be considered hatred.
Really?
Wish death upon somebody. Yeah. Jolie's like, I hate everybody in traffic. I wish they were all dead.
Exactly.
You killed somebody you don't know? That was on that 48. The mom.
Oh, yeah.
You did it? And she was like, he's like, yeah. You killed somebody you don't know? Like,
That was the weirdest statement ever. Like,
am I supposed to know him? Well, yeah, you're supposed to be mad at him, I would assume is what she was thinking. You killed somebody you don't know?
tell somebody you don't know.
Well, yeah, I was trying to get a couple dollars. Because he was at McDonald's, you know? I mean, he's got to be rolling.
McDonald's is pretty expensive nowadays.
There it is! Bionic elbow. Nakamura's done. Figure 4, and it end it. Why would their bodies be in agony? They haven't done anything. They hit each other with some sticks. Set up the table. Is he going to light it on fire? Cody's been known to light tables on fire and go through them. We've seen it.
Wow, Sean. Screw you guys. You guys are dickheads, but why? Okay, one, Bray Wyatt was actually Travis's favorite wrestler
my
while
favorite
he
wrestler.
was alive. So he wasn't excited that Bray Wyatt died.
Why
It was
would I be
actually
excited?
horrible that he died. So I'm not sure where you're coming from. We're just trying to figure out if you were sad that he died and he was an exciting wrestler, or you didn't like him and you were excited that he died. I mean, it's a legitimate question. Chris says, yeah, Outrunners versus FTR versus Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Angelo Parker would be 80s wrestling match.
Yeah,
John
get
says,
it done.
interesting how Punk said Cody's name at the end when I thought they were going the Punk versus Seth route.
Well, yeah, he's got to put his name out there. Because they could always replace Cody with Punk. Because obviously Triple H brought in Punk for a reason.
Oh, Sean, you need a life? I'm sorry.
What happened? He said that.
He said you need a life.
Oh.
Oh my god, we have a terrible voice. Oh, you gotta use the voice thingy now.
I'm sorry my voice is so bad. But it happens. We could do it like the devil.
You want a terrible voice.
All right, we're back. Don't know what that sounded like, but hopefully you enjoyed it at home.
We have Nakamura and Cody in a, what is this match called?
Just like a no holds
Fall-
bar,
like a
falls count anywhere.
Falls count anywhere kind of match. Okay.
Just some good old fashioned wrestling.
Oh, look at that. Sean being all sweet. I hope you guys break up. Me too.
Break up what? The channel?
I don't know.
We need to break up the channel.
Oh my god. Anyhow, so my man cheats on me. He cheats on me every day.
With the channel?
With the channel.
Like what YouTuber would you suggest? Well, I'm just wondering.
I mean, I get it.
Would it be like,
I mean, why not?
what's that, the other channel? I can't remember any other YouTube channels. Like, what's his name? Dez or something like that?
Ew.
I can't remember any of the other YouTube channels that do these watch-alongs, but was that what you mean, like cheating like that? Like
I don't know. He's saying, and
I'd
I
get
hope
rid
your
of you.
man cheat on you.
I get rid of you and replace you with like Ole Wilson or whatever his name is
I think so.
on Wrestle Talk. That's so cheating. Or just replace you all together with like Dwayne.
Oh, yeah.
I think she'd be happy if I cheated on her like that.
Chris says, Sean, though, you should be happy that Cora and Braun broke up.
Yeah, they're broke up.
John's like, what other shows do y'all watch live? We do AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, and then we do SmackDown. And then we do, like, the pay-per-views for AEW and just WWE's regular ones, not NXT.
Yeah. Oh, Nakamura kicks out of the pedigree.
Oh, Sean's like, you guys must be really poor. Or purr.
What kind of purr?
P-O-R-R. Purr. Purr.
That's fine.
Purr.
Are you saying because we only have 3,000 subscribers, we need more subscribers? We're working on it. It takes time. It's a trickle-down effect.
So poor.
I could get rid of her and replace her
You should.
with Dwayne.
Just get rid of me and replace
Have you ever seen King Dwayne on here?
me.
He's got a crown and a robe. It's pretty cool. And he knows his shit.
He knows.
He talks to Charlotte.
Like, yeah, like literally, like talks to her. So much talking.
Oh, Nakamura kicks out.
Oh, he kicked out of that. I wouldn't think he would have been able to. I mean, after all, it's like almost in the overness.
It's got to be close to over.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, but it's going to be over because ours starts late.
Oh, yeah, it's already probably over.
1 minute. Michigan scores again. Kind of a dick move.
Dick move.
Well,
God, I think Michigan's going to win that
Michigan's going to be your new national champion if you're into football.
game. Well, college football. Oh, Sean's like, I have a crush on UV. Wow. Oh,
UV?
What the hell is
Like UV light?
Well, you know, UV light is okay, I guess. Probably better be careful of how much crushing you do on it, though.
Yeah, you don't want too much UV light. I do a tanning bed. There it is. Crossroads.
Oh, he got him.
Oh,
Cody.
2-3. Nakamura. Shit.
Cody finally did it. Bravo, my man. Bravo with the win. Good job.
Cody.
He didn't even spit on anything.
Oh. He ducked it.
He did. Poor guy got it. Instead.
Cody's a heel because when he ducked, an innocent got sprayed.
He tried to make sure he was okay, though.
Just looking at him. You okay?
You all right back there?
You
And then
okay?
he
He's
got
like,
attacked.
ah! You look like you're fine. Walk it off. Need some hand soap?
Sean's like, bye.
Bye. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Bye. And then he said a color. Blue.
Yes. Wednesday we do...
Oh, bye, white people. Nice. Travis isn't white, just so you know. You shouldn't assume things about people. It's
I'm
rude.
an Indian.
It really is. Chris says, all right, Travis and D, see you for AEW Prob. Hopefully it will be watchable. Maybe. John says, well, now you have another sub here from Texas. Like the vibes. Hey, thanks, my man. We
Yeah, we
appreciate it, John
appreciate ya.
Smith. Well, hopefully you come back and watch us on Wednesday. We'll be here for AEW Dynamite. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. We really do appreciate you guys sitting through 3 hours of this with us. It makes the time go by a lot faster. Thanks for all the great conversations. And, Sean, thanks for being that troll that we needed for the night. You take care out there, buddy. You be careful with that, fingers on that keyboard warrior, okay?
You better be here Wednesday for AEW.
Okay, bye, my man. All right, everybody, have a good week. Bye.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.